finishing the entire destruction of a trial chamber. This is going to be incredibly exciting, and for the occasion I've brought myself an ender chest because I'm going to need to seriously upgrade my beacon. It is a very exciting July the 4th, and on this day I make the pledge right now that with the exception of my entrance room, which I have some fun plans for, the entire trial chamber will be destroyed. I guess actually this should be a good place to line out exactly the goal, because when you say the trial chamber, what do you mean? You can't destroy the structure. You know, it's always gonna be there in spirit in your world. When I type in slash, if I was to type in slash locate trial chamber, I guess it would still show me to this place, I assume. I mean, I don't actually know for sure if the game will put me there now, but I assume the game would still point me to this area right here, and so maybe very inaccurate would be a fair way to put this. But I think that actually, by the end of today, we will have destroyed the entire trial chamber by this definition. Every single block that isn't storage in the trial chamber will be either removed and placed in a chest. Later, I'm looking forward to counting them. I want to see just how many blocks we actually end up with. Going to be fun for the reconstruction part of this recycling project. And so part 1 is going to involve that. And then what we're going to need to... all of the non-blocks will be there. And then that will also have all of the trial spawners and all of the vaults. As to what we do with those spawners and vaults, I think there's a bit of a question up in the air about that one. There are some fun ideas floating around there. But yeah, the first thing I need to do more than anything else is I need to move my beacon, or instead of moving it, my second option is just to extend it. Right now, my mining fatigue effect, or rather the opposite of fatigue, my mining haste effect runs out right over here, as you can see, very close to all these skeletons that I'm currently dealing with. So my haste effect runs out right over here, which is just about where I don't need it to. And so if I go right back to here, oh wait, how close do I have to be? About here now, is it? Basically, it's not perfect. It's not fit for its purpose anymore, and so that's something we need to change. And there's also a bit of a dark patch right here anyway, so I'm thinking we could start by digging a big hole down, moving the beacon here, and then also making it slightly bigger. Sounds good? Sounds good. I feel like moving a beacon is always a bit of a nightmare task, but it's one we've got to do today, so let's get it done. Happy 4th of July, everybody. As we all know, this is a very important day for a country in the world. It's the British election day. It's, if the stream does end up being more than 3.5 hours, as I have some suspicions that it will, so strap in, get yourself a drink, enjoy your new membership from Jessup Kane and your... Hey, Lexi! Grab yourself a drink. I've got myself an orange, a zesty orange beverage. And make sure you enjoy this one, because it's going to be fun. So, I'm going to start with some glass. I think I have some glass just hanging around on me still. Yep, paper, glass pane, that'll do the job. Just a single glass pane is all we need. And then I'm going to dig a big hole down so that the beacon can go up. That means I have to find my way up, which, if I'm not mistaken, there's a big staircase over here. But yeah, thank you very much, Jessup. I hope you're doing wonderfully today. Next update prediction, says Soad. Okay, do you want to hear it right here, right now? Should we go raw this early in the live stream? I can't do it. I can't do it. But I think the exciting thing is the I think the exciting thing today is that if we're still streaming for more than 3.5 hours, as I suspect we will be, yeah, the exit polls start to come out. You can't report on an election in the UK while the election is, like, while people are out voting. You know, otherwise people, you know, if you were to tell people that someone had won or lost, people might vote differently. The idea is everyone gets to vote fairly, and then, you know, exit polls come in and stuff. And so that's exciting. I think a lot of, I know, it's not time to do politics explained here, obviously. But exit polls are exciting because, unlike every other poll, which asks people how they would vote, you ask people how they did vote. And people are usually, at least, yeah, I know, it's a lot closer to honest than the real end thing. Obviously, still relies on a lot of model making, but it's exciting to me. So it's when we'll know what's happening in the UK, and that's kind of fun. So I'm gonna grab a bunch of glass panes. I don't really know if I should be using glass panes for this job, but you know, it's gonna do the job. It's gonna stop water getting in, and that's really the important bit. And then we're gonna decide where in the trial chamber it should go. I think this one's a bit too far this way, and so we need to go a little bit further forwards and to the right to end up exactly where we want to, down there. So we'll go like to this part of the ocean, and we'll make a big old pile of glass panes up. So we'll make like a little cross down here. That should stop water getting down. I actually don't know if it will though. Let's test that before we go any further. I can't tell if there's water in there, chat. Can you tell? Okay, let's get out there and then work that out in a second. But yeah, it's cool to me. I think you know, I talk a lot about my like semi-obsession with the concept of honesty, right? Is like, you know, how many points in society how many points in society and our expectation of human life rely on people lying to us and rely on us lying to people. It's something I've never been really comfortable with. It's not my favorite thing in the world. And so one of the things about that's interesting is how different we'll answer questions based on... Okay, so there was water down here the entire time. The glass pane is letting water through, which means we need to have some real glass at the bottom here. Or we need to... Okay, I've trapped myself inside here, chat. Oh no, I might die. Okay. Okie dokie. Bad idea. Oopsie. Yeah, so there is water in there. We need to get regular glass. We can't use glass panes. But it's really easy to get glass panes. I've got a piece of sand in my hand right here. I just have to put a single piece of glass as opposed to glass panes where it actually matters. Should be easy to do, I assume. So what are the chances of getting a heavy core? I completely looted 2 trial chambers and opened at least 10 ominous vaults. I think 1 in 15 is your odds. So you haven't gone to the point where you're like getting screwed by the game yet, I wouldn't say. Is the answer to that one. Okay, chat, should we finally do it? Should I say my next update prediction? Should I go out there? Should I be the radical, the rebel that you all want me to be? I think we're gonna do it. Okay, chat. I'm gonna make the prediction. A lot of people aren't gonna like what they hear here, but I'm gonna say it. The next update to Minecraft is going to be 1.21.20. That is obviously going to be a bug fix update, and it's going to introduce the bundle. It's going to be the first time they do a drop, and it's going to have a lot of intriguing things inside of it, I think. I think it's going to be known as the Bundles and Hundles update. It's going to be great. I don't think they'll call it that, though. You know, Mojang, if you're looking for bad update titles, just hit me up. I've got a ton of them. So yeah, we need some fuel for this furnace. Good news is we got a ton hanging out right here. Just put a couple pieces of coal in, and then we'll smelt up enough this to make some glass. We're getting very far removed from destroying a trial chamber right now, but trust me, it all links in, chat. It all links in. I'm manipulating the RNG to get at least 3 heavy cores from 1 trial chamber. You know, I don't fault you for not loving RNG systems. It is hard to work out, like, how should they do it better, though? Because, you know, a lot of people... I think RNG is really good when it feels like it's something good that might happen, as opposed to something good you need to happen. It's the weird thing about expectations, right? It's something unexpected feels good. Something expected feels fine, you know? And it's... I guess there's a... It sucks if you're on the other end of that one. But let's go into the ocean, and let's quickly just dump down some glass. We're going to put them... Okay, I'm going to be really fast here. I'm going to put down my glass here, and then there, and then over there. And now there's no water left in here. If I want to get some water inside, for whatever reason, then I can just go mining this way, a whole bunch, and then come up. And now some sand will get in, some of that will get in. And we're golden. Okay, so now I'm going to let a torch in, just so that I can see what's happening down here. I put a torch somewhere around here, but that feels tricky. Actually, let's place, like, a stone there. And then I should be able to get a torch, like, here, right? No, that's not how that works still. Okay, there we go. Now I've got a place that I can put a torch that probably won't be destroyed or kill me. And now we can dig down from this spot exactly. And that's a perfect path upwards for a beacon to be able to take. I'm not going to find lava, and if I do, it's not a very big concern. So thank you, but don't worry, chat, we got this. So, Kat, what's your opinion on the mace? I think it's too niche to be used over a sword. Yeah, I think that, weirdly, the mace shows the problem with Mojang going for the snapshot approach, which is that a very small subset of users are reacting to it. As opposed to really understand... Oh, okay. Honestly, I don't think we've gone far enough on this one. I think we've barely moved this forwards, and you know, this will be good enough. If we add an extra layer to the beacon, we'll do just fine. but it's slightly less than I was hoping for. So let's go mining. You know, actually, let's kill this fella first. I've got a sharpness axe with your name on it. If you feel like jumping up here, and I know you do. I know you want to be up here and not down there. Let's just... There's so many breezes around here, actually. They must have been spawning while I was gone or something. Because I don't have this many breeze spawners, that's for sure. Just go through, tear some people apart. Easy stuff. Lots and lots of skeletons to tear apart today, it seems. I wonder where they're even all spawning from. This is like multiple waves of a skeleton spawner all at the same time. And then get the axe out, because I've got sharpness on this axe, making it better for the breeze. And there we go. Good to go. There's a breeze up there, but he doesn't seem to care about me, so I don't care about him. And then we've got a breeze down there, but he also has mostly calmed down, it looks like. So I'll get back to mining away my beacon. Gotta say, I don't like the newfound slime spawn happening here. Gotta say, one of my least favorite types of spawn to randomly come across. And gotta say, this is also a very chaotic trial chamber. Something has to be done about this, and I have fun plans. But first, yeah, just wanna finish you off, make you be gone, and we're good. So yeah, Toy Cat, what are you doing? Says Endercore. If you drown them, they drop armor. Thank you for the tip. So fun fact, I've actually used this quite a bit. If you Endercore 282. I also found that to be really fascinating, and I want to share that with as many people as I can. So I don't blame you for being like, Toy Cat, there's this really cool tip I just found out. But if you're curious as to how many pieces of armor I've collected, it's honestly too many. I've got diamond, and diamond, and diamond, and then iron and chain. I've got all the sets. It'd be nice to get like some netherite or some leather if they went that low or high. But, or gold maybe even. But I don't think that they use those, and so we won't be using them either. Okay, now we can use the haste from the beacon to mine as much of the beacon as possible. If I play my cards right here, I think I'll be able to do the entire thing this way. And then we're going to really quickly, just with the haste still on us, destroy the rest of this, including the beacon itself. It's such a pain here, but let's get it done. Boom, I mined the beacon using the beacon. And now we just have to place it exactly the same, but over here. Yeah, that's a messy spot. It's going to go right into the baby zombie hole. Is that avoidable? Yeah, I'm gonna have to move that. I'm just gonna say exactly where this one is. I'm gonna make another hole, but like a few blocks that way. So I'll set up the beacon first and then set up the beam later. That seems like the easier way to do things, to make sure that it's in the right spot. So here we go. All you fellas just coming down. Thank you for feeding my pickaxe. I'm gonna be doing a lot of mining today, so it's good that so many of you have come out here to show your support. To give my pickaxe some experience, and I'm getting closer to dying right now, so really just gotta watch myself a little bit longer, and I'm getting out, and I'm out there. Gotta say, there's a lot of, this is why you should dig a big pit under all of your spawners. I think I'm gonna do that today, too. I want to just neutralize the threat from every single spawner in this world by having a nice hole under them. You should cover the spawners and blocks, prevent mobs from spawning if you want to focus on just destroying the trial chamber. I don't mind collecting keys, though. Like, as you can see, there's a... Oh, actually, that's not a key. It's a bottle. But I don't mind collecting the keys while we're at this. I do need to do that at some point. So if we could, like, make a little hole below it, it's not, like, the worst thing in the world. If a bunch of skeletons... It's the worst thing in the world when they follow me around, but it's not the worst thing that they're existing in general. So what we're going to do is we're going to take an area around this, and we're going to dig down a couple of blocks, and just make sure they can't leave an area like this. A simple enough thing to do. Destroy it all besides that center block. And now all the skeletons get trapped in a hole. And then the same is true for everything else. We can work out a more efficient way to do it later. But for now, that solves a problem. Now let's solve another problem. Or we could just make them drop all the way to their deaths. Yeah, that's what I think we'll probably later do. Is eventually these guys will all just die. But for now, this is a fine intermediate space. My copper farm has a magma floor. It's saved my AFK life more than once. Yeah, I've got to say, magma is one of those blocks that, like, real sleeper of how useful it is. It's okay, you missed a tip. Oh, Joseph Kane says you need more layers to increase range. Thank you for the tip. Oh, it's funny, it's a tip with a tip, I guess, in that case. Thank you very much, Joseph Kane. Yeah, I think, weirdly, if you'll believe it, my plan is to do precisely that. So I've got my emeralds right here, which I'm going to be using. But then, oh god, there's so many mobs spawning around here. Maybe we should be neutralizing the spawners, honestly. It is a lot of work to just come in here, regularly beat up some spiders, get hit in a bunch of times. But I think we don't have enough of the scaffolds to actually deal with the end result of this. So that's what we'll wait for. So Silent Whisperer posted a very simple key farm to pacify spawners with just glass, lava, and a hopper. Yeah, honestly, I could see how literally just lava alone would do enough, right? If you just place a slab up there, and then place lava down there, all of your problems would go away. Yeah, I think I'm going too complicated by mining the floor below it. When you really could just be like, yeah, I'm going to have lava. Should we try that actually? Okay, let's go empty my inventory. It's gone too cluttered again. No, let's do this first. I've been having a terrible time, chat. Since 1.21 came out, with inventory management, it's gotten so bad for me during this project, and it's gone to the point where I feel dysfunctional because of my inventory. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm just doing one little task, and how many ingredients does that one little task use? Oh god, you know, you go mining down from the water to here. Also, I lost an emerald block somewhere. I need to go find that. I'm guessing it fell down this hole and I didn't pick it up. Yep. No wait, that's slime. That's slime. Where? Does anyone see an emerald block? Maybe. Ooh, yeah. I can't just really be losing an emerald block like that. That's a pretty valuable block just to go missing. It's under the beacon. Under the beacon. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Thank God. We're safe, chat. I didn't lose something that valuable. You know, this is why it's good to have strangers watching you at all times. Which is okay, can't rest right now. Monsters nearby. That's exciting. Maybe that means I could rest. Oh, I can. Perfect. But yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you very much. Okay, so now, what do you think they could do to fix the inventory management problem? So that's a part of why everyone's asking for the bundle, right? Is like, we've got messed up inventories. What do we do about it? But I also think the bundles aren't the only solution, and they're not a good enough solution by themselves. They are part of a solution. Making the inventory bigger is also a problem, Hunter Green, because if you, I don't think you can make the inventory bigger all the time for everyone. I don't think that is a good long-term solution either. And then by the time you've said that, you've kind of penned yourself into like, okay, so what do? You can't. Making the inventory bigger has this big problem of okay, so there's two ways to do inventory bigger. One, if you make it bigger all the time, this becomes more cluttered and worse. You know, if you think about it this way, right? Like, if you had a really, really messy one-bedroom apartment, moving into a really big one-bedroom apartment is just going to give you more space to make mess. You've got to deal with the underlying cause of mess creation, of, you know, like, if you move a hoarder into a thing, it's going to go terribly. So, what do you do instead? I like the idea of making I think the bundle and the shulker box should be combinable together. I think the bundle box, the shulker bundle, have the storage of a shulker box and the accessibility of a bundle, and you'll have something incredible, in my opinion. That's a good way to do late game. But for early game and mid game storage, the bundle is the best hope. But I think you can do better. I think you can have Minecraft themselves say, okay, what are we doing about this? You know, what is our game? I think there are things that, you know, like, for example, getting so many just random blocks while you're walking through biomes, like, you know, like, you run through here with some shears and you'll get, like, 9 different blocks. I think that future updates need to say to themselves, either we keep adding new blocks and we admit that there is going to be inventory solutions till the end of time, or that they've got to stop adding as many new block variants and having them generate everywhere without having an easy way for players to move stuff to chests. So I like the idea of an enchantment, for example, that could, you can mine and it will take something straight to a chest. I like the idea of making hoppers slightly cheaper. But even then, these aren't great early game solutions. These are solutions for the mid game, for the late game. And so for the early game, it almost feels like, you know, what do you do? The answer is design the game so that it doesn't require these things. But that's a lot easier to say than to do. Oh, by the way, I have no idea where my beacon hole was meant to be. I was definitely meant to store that information. Okay, so I know I dug it some number of blocks to the east of this hole. So if I just start digging down and hoping for the best, I'll probably make it to the right place. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Okay, chat, I'm gonna do something amazing right now. I'm gonna dig down and immediately end up exactly where I want to be. So I'm gonna place some glass up there. Worst case, I'm making a glass hole, right? So it's not the worst thing in the world. I'm gonna dig down and I'm gonna be perfectly above that beacon. It's gonna be amazing. Spawn of a bag of holding. Yeah, so your inventory already is a bag of holding, right? So yeah, I think the only two things I would say they can do that would be amazing. Oh, I was so close, chat. I'm so close that maybe it's better just to move the beacon. Like, a lot of the blocks can stay in their same place. Probably, right? No, we'll make a new beacon hole. How many blocks to the right there? Like, three blocks right? We can do that. Easy stuff. Okay, so kill a bunch of you fellas. Sorry that you're spawning. I know you didn't choose to be born, but you are choosing to die. And there we go. That's a key. Did I get it? I can't get it. It's slightly too high for me. I'll have to make a baby step up or something. Honestly, this is why you need this is why your world desperately needs to have scaffolding. For precisely reasons like that. You just need to jump up a little bit. Just the tiniest bit. So now we'll go back out. In fact, I can just fly up the hole I already made. And we'll fly back out and then come back in, what, like 3 blocks to the east of it? I really should check exactly how many, huh? Okay, here we go. And, oh, I'm seeing the problem with this idea. Oh, no, what? What? Oh, my glass hole stopped working because... Minecraft. Why are you gonna be like this? Okay, so I think we move 3 blocks to the right, and then we can do it. I can't do it anymore because there's that one polished diorite block in the way. But in general, I could. Another idea is to let allies hold sugar boxes so they can make up a whole chest full of items that you can choose somehow. I don't love allies as a solution either. I think they can play a part in an inventory update if we really want them to. By the way, I got bubble tea earlier and I didn't drink all the pearls. So I'm gonna put my zesty orange juice in there and it's looking very grim right now. But I'm hoping... Oh, no! Okay. I'm dying. Pouring drinks while switching dimensions is a poor decision. For you and the dimension. According to Mojang, sometime this year, bugs like that will be fixed. Yeah, the, I'm excited. The big one to me, the real big one, is when you load up the game and you take damage while you can't play because the game is loading. I need to grab a paper towel or something. It's a poor decision to pour, but with pour and pour mixed up, says Joshua. I agree. In general, you should be trying not to pour. You know, there's a really interesting, like, sociological view that starts to develop as you go through your life. Because when you're born, all variances are effectively random, right? Like, who you are born to is not to your credit or your discredit. But as you grow older, you start to see more and more differences that are the result of things that have happened since you've been born. Result of your agency. But also, it always starts from that same position of where you are. And I mention this because I see more and more, like, you know, as I go through my 20s, people who are like, you know, like, who had real strong beliefs that, like, no, yeah, there is a fundamental randomness, a fundamental... Also, where am I going, chat? Why was I going in the Nether? This is why we can't talk about the word poor. This is why we should have stayed where we were going. So, there was an item I was missing. It's actually scaffolding. I'll go get some. When are you 30, Andrew? Says KB. Next July. Okay, by the way, this is the worst looking drink I think I just spilt it. This is the worst looking drink I've ever seen. Tuga has a midlife crisis midstream. It's not midstream yet. This is still the early days. Chat, if you're watching this stream right now, You're in the first 10%. Let me tell you about that. Ooh. Anyway, so we're here to get some more, some bamboo, so we can make some scaffolding. I've got so much string, actually, that having a bunch of bamboo feels like a good solution. But yeah, turning 30 is, I don't know, there's a lot of changes in my life. To be frank, I was thinking about this recently. There are some, like, goals in my life that if I haven't achieved by 30, I have to be realistic about whether I will ever achieve them. And there's, like, one big one that's been, like, my driving force for so long. And I kind of realized yesterday, like, I don't think I'm gonna achieve that. I think that's the hard part of setting goals, right? Is when you set goals and you accomplish them, it's the best feeling around. When you set a goal and you don't, a part of you is like, I never want to set myself failure criteria ever again. And it's, but yeah, you, like, quite seriously, there is, like, a real part of me that's just, you know, I know, like, if you don't achieve one goal, is that a sign you've got to just take everything easy from then on and that, like, goals don't matter? Or what is it, you know? It is a, I think, I guess the easy way to put it would be like, I think it was like there is one particular financial goal that I had. There's a fair few that I have achieved and, like, maybe have done better than I hoped for myself. But, there's a few, like, also
Colonel Sanders started KFC in his 50s.
Hey, really?
Yes.
Wow, I can be a southern man who looks like a... You ever seen the little... You know the KFC logo where it looks like he has tiny legs and arms? I can one day aspire to be a man with tiny legs and arms. Yeah, I think ultimately, like, there is so much more life than people have given credit for, but you get... It's like I was saying a second ago. When you're born with a lot of money, you have an easier... Oh god, I'm getting attacked in a dimension. You know, you have that easier time with a lot of things, and then, you know, it's like if you just have someone to invest $1 million into your business, you know, like via a small loan or otherwise, you might feel like you're, you know, you still have to do a lot yourself, but you have, like, that slightly easier leg, right? And so I feel like in your adult life, when you're in control, if you can get something done, you know, let's say it's being in shape, going to the gym regularly, I don't know, even stuff like, I don't know, getting married or whatever. Like, if there's some big goal that you really want, and you can get it done in your 20s, you're setting yourself up to be ahead of the game in a very big way. And so I feel like that's where it's like, yeah, if you haven't done this here, then what's it even matter? And I think that I think particularly with, unlike most things in life, like, if you're healthy when you're 25, it doesn't guarantee that you won't die at 45 from a car crash, or, you know, even a heart attack or something, right? If you're in shape at 25, you can eat a lot of bad things. If you have lots of friends at 25, that doesn't mean that you're guaranteed those friends for life. All those sorts of things. But I feel like the one thing that is definitely like a you've got to do it early sort of thing is, like, money stuff, right? Like the earlier you lock down that stuff. Like, you know, not like, I guess to lay it out. There's the sooner you have money working for you, the sooner you are, like, able to feel like you are the one who sets the tone, ambition for you. I feel like that's a thing that is a lot easier done early. Whereas but I think that's also true for everything in life. Like, making friends is easier earlier on. Being healthy is easy when you're in your 20s. And like, you just have to, like, sort of go to the gym a couple times a week and you're gonna do fine. Whereas when you're like 60, it's like, yeah, if you don't ever eat anything with cholesterol again, you might not have another heart attack. You know, it's that sort of stuff. Like, you can being ahead of your health before it deteriorates. There's all those things. But yeah, I think that as a result, I really hope that I nailed the placement this time, by the way. Just would be a little bit bummed if I somehow messed it up. I'm hoping I didn't though. Oh, perfect, chat. Absolute perfection. Exactly what I want to see. So now we'll just place the beacon down over that. Will the beacon beam go up? No. Oh, we're missing a block there. So I'll just to make sure it's good, drop those on the ground and move that there. Is there a functioning beacon? Yes, there is. So now we can go make it a good functioning beacon by grabbing our diamonds. Honestly, at this point, this is why I don't set up beacons, chat. we've spent like a good half an hour now. I haven't been mining the trial chambers. I've just been doing the stuff that I need to set up to mine the trial chambers. And I do think it is worthwhile, but also, like, it's worth wild, too. Am I right? Okay, I'm gonna have to make this a double chest. I'm just gonna have to start saying, ugh, don't want to deal with you, so you're going in here. Okay, perfect. So now we're gonna take some string out, and we're gonna go to a crafting table. I don't know where I keep a crafting table around here. Chat, do you know where I keep a crafting table? This is why you need more crafting tables. There's always gonna be a moment where this happens. So, Cat, I'm 16 and trying to make a life with my girlfriend. See, I weirdly think that that is a thing. There's a bell curve to when that makes sense to do, right? In the same way with money, my mother always had a belief that, like, yeah, you should not have a job when you are 14. Like, focus on education, and that's a widely held societal belief that probably balances out to being more correct than not, right? It's like you can focus on your future, and your future will be worth a lot more than whatever you're going to make right now. But at the same time... Okay, let's make our scaffolding 99 scaffolding. Yes, please. At the exact same time, it's like a... I feel like it gets slightly easier as you age a little bit there, because you get more mature. I think it gets harder again at, like, certain ages. Like, it's like there's a peak time. I don't know when that is. I'm not smart enough to be able to tell you. But yeah, something to keep in mind. So I need to now go back and get my diamonds, and they'll be ready to go. Accept failure. The robots will take over soon anyhow. Isn't it fascinating that one day, 10 years from now, Joshua will be a completely different person?
Cat. I died in my portal coming back from the nether. A couple of endermen kicked my ash and there was fog. All I could do. Here is your allowance.
That's terrible that there was as you put it, fog all that you could do. Okay, so I think we need 24 blocks in this layer. So I'm going to grab 25 diamonds and 24 gold. Thank you very much, Pookie. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing wonderfully. And I totally... That's exactly what I was saying. Like, it sucks that the game loads in before you have an opportunity to react. It feels just so cruel when it's like, yep, this is going to hurt, and that is just accepted. There's nothing we can do about it. I think that's the worst moment in any video game, is when you feel like there's no learning experience. It's just, that sucked. Ideally, you know, you should always feel like you're learning from something. That's my vision for this world, at least. So, yeah, let's go kill some more skeletons. I feel like they're spawning on such random timers where it's actively annoying. But there we go. Okay, now we can set up, if we just mine a block here, so we can grab that block. Now I'm going to put all of my gold and all of my diamonds in here. We're going to do gold. Come on, fellas. I'm not interested in you anymore. I'm busy setting up a beacon. You know, I don't want it to be too long of a beacon setup. Let's go. Let's do this. Okay, maybe the Endermans want it to be a slightly longer setup than I do. Okay, he does have a red dye form that happens to produce iron. Thank you, Hacker1MC. You are totally correct. It is funny. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna die, chat. I'm actually gonna die. Okay. Oh, I did not want this to happen. Yeah, I need to deal with this. I can't have active spawners while I'm busy trying to, like, set up beacons and stuff. I hate when Endermen teleport into the trial chamber. Yeah, there's meant to be no mobs here, but the number of slimes and just, it's a lot to deal with, I have to say. Gotta say. Okay, so I'm gonna put the string on the ground. I don't need them. And I'm gonna put the scaffolding up here, because there's a couple of trial chamber spawners up here. So we're just gonna make it as easy as possible for me to grab whatever comes out of them. Are there any keys up here right now? Nope. There's a piece of chicken, though. Should we eat the chicken? Yeah, we'll eat the chicken. Why not? But first, let's go ahead and let's put all of our gold down. Hopefully we've got, enough to do this. Yeah, we do. It's great. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll switch out to diamonds. So now we can go diamonds around the rest. It's gonna be a very ugly beacon, chat. I'm gonna level view on that one. This is the ugliest beacon that has ever beaconed. But sometimes that's what you need in your life. Okay, there's a missing block somewhere. Where is it, chat? I don't know where it is, but I'm worried. You can use gold. Thank you, Jessup Kane. I think iron is less valuable than gold, though. That's my logic. Hope you agree. The solution for trial spawner issues: do a stream called "I Break a Trial Spawner" for every new member. That's a fun idea, actually, Rubber Ducky Boy. Breaking a trial spawner in its entirety is a fun idea. Would be satisfying. Maybe breaking a vault would be the satisfying one, right? Like, I destroy a vault per trial. Because, you know, they've got a one-time use, so kind of could be cool to get rid of them. So, yeah, I'm doing a destruction project too, the entire end island. I did that for one of my side end islands, and let me tell you, it will drive you crazy sooner than you think. Okay, I'm gonna check under here. I'm sure I missed a block, chat. I don't know. And did I just miscount the number of blocks? Am I missing a block anywhere in this beacon that you can see, chat? Huh. I don't think I am. I do like this effect we've got going on, though. Yeah, look at that. It's a perfectly balanced beacon. So now we've got haste. We've only got haste 1. We can make a whole nother layer for haste 3, 2, but we're not going to. So are we ready? I think we're ready. I think we're gonna free up some spaces. We're not gonna get much done with this first mine, so I'm just gonna deliberately mine as much of this stuff as I can. I'm gonna mine to the wall, and I'm gonna place a torch there. I'm gonna mine to the wall, and I'm gonna place a torch. And I'm gonna place some torches like there and there. And now we can hopefully mine the rest without any real concern. Let's go, chat! It's trial chamber mining time! It shouldn't have taken me that long. I'm entirely aware. You said I'll get 25 diamond blocks and 24 gold blocks, then got 25 of each. Thank you. That explains everything perfectly. You know, always assume the answer is your own incompetence, and you'll be a lot happier of a person. It is very hot here, by the way. I don't know why. I don't think it's a hot day or anything. I think I'm just melting in my office. One sec. It's so hot, chat. I'm having a time where I'm realizing, you know, kind of like I was saying, like, yeah, that mistake, dumb, but understanding that I've just made a mistake, it's a lot easier than trying to work out what else went wrong. I think so much of life is explained this way, and it's kind of disappointing, because I like to imagine, you know, like, I'm sure like a lot of people do, that you're like some higher level being, you know, like your brain is this real thought center that can come up with incredible ideas if you just give it the time and the thought and, you know, etc. But the reality is like, you're a meat bag that has very basic desires, and so like, when you're hungry, you're really, really not that fun to be around. It's one of those sad things that you have to realize about yourself sooner rather than later. But the same is true for me when I'm hot. Hey, thank you, Mischievous! Wait. Thank you, Mischievous. I don't know how I just pronounced your name there, but I'm rolling with that. Thank you very much. I hope you're doing I hope you're doing very desert well on this fine day. I really appreciate that. I've seen you on Twitter recently. It's fun to see you on YouTube too. So, yeah, thank you very, very much. So, like, simple things like being told that someone appreciates you, just like I got on a tip right there. Very nice. Little boost to your day. You get a little spring in your step. You get a lot happier. It's that thing I kind of find interesting about. That's what I find to be particularly interesting about. You know, like the whole like what makes people good or bad to be around. And it's like, yeah, if people are just slightly better materially cared for, that leads to very, very strong compounding effects in how they will be around other people, but then how people will be around them. And there's this weird, like, isolationary effect. Isolationary? Yeah, I'll go with that. Where, like, if people have been, like, you know, fake polite, you know, mean to you for long enough, you just assume, like, yep, all people are mean. If, you know, people have been nice to you for long enough, you're like, oh, people are just so nice all the time. You know, one of my most interesting, one of my controversial beliefs whenever I state it is that people want to be good. People would like to be good. And a lot of people are like, no, Toy Cat, you are wrong. And I think that is a part of why. Is if you interact with people, I think, you know, the stereotype is, what are we gonna do with this, by the way? We'll drop this on the ground, because I'm gonna pick one of those up later. And now let's go dump a whole chest load of this. Yeah, so, what simulation distance is best for Xbox One? It depends on what you want. I am on a round, so I'm stuck to 4. Oh, by the way, I did something clever, chat. I moved a lot of my... So I've got a... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to close the chest. Okay, so I have a chest up here that I'm putting tough bricks into, but I deliberately moved a lot of my tough bricks from this chest so I can dump a bunch more in, because I know I'm going to be mining a lot of tough bricks, so I made future me's life easier. Yeah. How you feel about that? Look at me, making decisions that benefit the future. What am I? Crazy is what I am. But yeah, let's go put this back into here. Just store it right away in there. And also the glass. And then that's 2 items fewer that I have to deal with. And yeah, we're good to go. Okay, then we'll put the deep slate away, and we're good. So, just as a recap for anyone who is joining and who hasn't seen this destruction, this all used to be Trial Chamber. This used to be a hallway room. This was an intersection. This was a trial, just over here. This was a trial just over here. This was another hallway. And then there's one more trial over there that I also need to get rid of. This third trial is my last and my biggest part to get rid of. It looks like this right now. There's so much trial chamber that has to be whittled away. It's a very, very dense structure. Like, we can destroy all the walls first, I guess. That might be satisfying as a place to start. Actually, I think that'll be a really satisfying place to start. I feel like every time I'm in a trial chamber, I think about how I could just change this place and make it slightly nicer for me. And if you remove all the walls, you get something which is actually, like, less mazy, but probably isn't actually as easy to go through, because you've got less defenses from skeletons and stuff. So yeah, this isn't a trial chamber, it's a trial hull. I agree with you, James Weston. But yeah, I'm often surprised by how easy it is to, I'm surprised by how easy it is to, like, lift your own spirits. Or how easy it is to, like, lower your own or, like, someone else's. And I think one of the hardest skills to actually learn is, like, emotionally regulating yourself when the circumstances around you don't lead to it. You know, like, you've got bad news, how do you seem like you're still okay? Stuff like that, right? That's like hard mode stuff that you need to be good at if you don't want to project your problems onto people around you. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's even a problem to think about it that way. Maybe if you have a problem, then everyone else around you does need to make it their problem too. But that's a divisionary view on society, I guess. So congratulations on 6,300 days. Thank you, Erodit. I am currently working on a little bit of a video. I splotched gold on my iron. Looks like fried eggs. I am working on a Let's Play video. I want to try out a new format, maybe fit into the new YouTube, you know, like meta better for a Let's Play, of explaining everything that happened since the last Let's Play. You know, there's a lot of videos and stuff that I record in this Let's Play world, so giving people a brief update on that might be kind of fun. Kind of like vloggy, but it's my Let's Play world. So, for example, when I'm finished with this project, it'd be fun to show you everything from, like, day 6,000, you know, 187, all the way out to 6,000, you know, 300. It's gonna be like 6,400 probably by the time we're done. But I figured that might be a fun thing. Let's play, let's go, says David Solimano. Thank you indeed. I feel like I'm always, like, trying to work out ways to... Why are there's these in the wall again? There's random buttons just hidden away in a place that you'd never see them. What a weird thing. That's very bizarre, I've got to say. I like the Let's Play a lot. I'm glad that there are lots of people who like it too. I think the simplest answer is always like, I should just start streaming the Let's Play world, but that's basically where we're at. I'm always walking around that world thinking like, what should I do? I think it's so cool to me that world just, like, creates inspiration of stuff I want to do. Like, I want to work on my stables. You know, there's a lot of stuff I want to do. So, I love when today is a Monday, says Hacker1MC. Today is, in fact, a glorious Monday. One of the very best. So, yeah, when you destroy the walls, it's so much easier to see where the vaults are, right? Like, vault here. Is this a vault? Yeah, this is a vault, too. And then vault over here, too. It's actually fascinating how close together these 3 vaults are, right? Maybe just me. But yeah, now we've destroyed the entire bottom layer. That's good stuff. We're going to move all the blocks away, including these 3. Please, slimes, I don't want you to spawn. I don't agree with your being here. I don't acknowledge your presence, and so you should leave, please, as soon as you can. Just get away from me. I'll be happy as soon as you've done that. So I'm going to walk away, and then he's going to despawn. It's always the solution with these guys. I felt sad how fast I got all the 1.21 items. Felt like a small update. It's a weird thing. I think, as someone who really likes survival challenges, 1.21 was like my style of update. But at the same time, I do see, like, I think updates aren't getting any smaller, but I do think our expectations are getting larger. And that's a hard square to circle for sure, if you're Mojang. So we need to take a bunch of wax copper out, so we can put this in. We need to put this in here. There should already be space. Perfect. So we're getting very close to a full double chest of wax copper here. Very lovely stuff. So Kat, what collaborations you've always wanted to do with other content creators? Honestly, I find content creators to be, like, I know this is a weird thing. I find YouTubers to be a hard group to understand. It'd be fun to do collabs with all sorts of YouTubers, right? But it's very, I don't know, it's like a networking problem at some point where it's just like, it is a lot of work to go through and know this many people. Can you see some of my green screen over there, chat? How does that happen? It's over here. Wait, that's not some of my green screen, is it? It is. Okay. Means my camera angle is probably like slightly adjusted. There we go. Sorry about that. Very non-professional. But yeah, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. It always comes back to bite me. I hope that I know what you mean on struggling with stuff like that. Sometimes if someone wants something from you and you're not sure like how to not deliver it for them, you're like, because you know it's weird because on the other end of that, it's like the advice is usually like, yeah, just try. The worst thing someone can say is no. But sometimes it is like actively like, yeah, putting someone in a situation where they have to say no is kind of rude in some situations, right? I don't know when you work out when it's one thing versus the other. Interesting how people usually complain how hard it is to get everything for this update, then here's the opposite. It says something about RNG. Yeah, that's a good point actually. I'd like to say in converse, I bet most people watching this stream haven't gotten Windburst yet. I bet even the most ardent complainer about the size of this update doesn't have Windburst free. Yeah, it would take hundreds of days to get precisely that, I think. So yeah, it looks like you made lots of progress. Nice, says Caitlin. Yeah, we are on track to destroy this thing today. It's gonna be great. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a mass destruction here of this floor now with all the pillars. I just want to see what the trial chamber looks like with these all destroyed. I think it will be satisfying. Maybe you agree. Maybe you don't agree. That's for you to work out. Okay. Let's go. Crazy stuff happening everywhere. Easy. Give me a key, maybe? Yeah. Honestly, I don't even know why I want this many keys. I have one very silly idea for my Let's Play World chat. I have a very, very, very silly idea. That involves a lot of keys. you should stay subscribed. You might enjoy it when you see it. Okay. Okay, so this is good. Everything is fine. Nothing is bad. Give me no key. That's fine. Okay, so at least the spawners are gone, which means we can now focus on the walls again. Lots of interesting blocks in there, including an ominous vault, right? Yeah, the ominous vault's right there. Let's destroy all the walls leading around it. Oh, actually, destroying these walls is bad, because we need to destroy the ceiling. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. That's future me's problem. Current me's desire trumps future me's problem. That's what I say in my questionable advice to everyone watching this right now. You know, future you might not exist. It's, you know, if you don't mind me going a little bit dark for a second, that's like a real thought in my mind a lot recently too. I had a conversation with my brother yesterday. Yesterday? Probably yesterday. Recently. Yeah, yesterday. See, by the way, that's how you be a bad storyteller. Chat, that's the pro tip. A detail, I could be making up that I had a conversation with my brother. This could be a hypothetical conversation. You know, it could be that the conversation happened 3 weeks ago. It doesn't make a difference to the end viewer. You just gotta, getting the detail right is something that only matters to you. And so as someone who is telling a story, it is your duty not to get that precisely right. And so I'm not going to. You know, I don't even have a brother. I'm an orphan. But what I am going to say, wait, actually you can be an orphan with brothers. But what I am going to say is that I had a really interesting chat recently of someone who also grew up under the same parents as me. Because I grew up without a huge amount of wealth. And one of the things that I said is like, because have you noticed that one of the really interesting divides that I notice when I, you know, see people is like young people who have parents of money. Between that, in that group, there are people who have parents who have money that don't let them have any of it, right? Like the Bill Gates of the world who say, no, you've got to go make this yourself. And then there are, you know, parents who go, yeah, you can have whatever you want. Or not, even if they don't say that, they're like, yeah, it's really hard. I don't see how you're gonna get like a house deposit unless I help out. So I'll just give you 50 grand and you can loan it back to me whenever, you know, the time comes. So, you know, stuff like that, right? Or like, you know, it'd be the idea of like getting a car for your birthday or something, you know, those sorts of dumb things. Like some parents get them, some parents don't, right? And a really interesting observation is the idea that like, actually, you know, even if you grow up without a lot of money, a part of it sucks because you see, you know, you have some rich friends who get some stuff. But it'd suck way more if your parents had money and just didn't give it to you. You know, at least when I wasn't going on a school trip or didn't have something fun that all my friends had, at least it was because, you know, there was no choice. You know, that was the only option. It must really kind of suck growing up and being like, yeah, you know, it's not that we're poor. It's just my parents specifically wanted me to be or to feel poor, and it's like an unrelatable struggle. But it's one that I think about and I go, you know, it probably does suck. And so, yeah, I think that's a really weird thing to mention there. That the growing up with a lot of money probably is worse if your parents are trying to be responsible about it and you realize that that's what's happening. Whereas, you know, the best way would be, and even if you learned way later, right? If you learned when you're like 30, like, oh yeah, my dad was a millionaire. He was just working, you know, at the cinema just to be humble. He didn't need to work. He had generational wealth or something. You'd be like, so why was I suffering? I was part of his experiment, you know. It's an interesting idea. Also, you grew up without wealth. No way, you've never mentioned it. I know it's hard to believe. No, it's a big part of the identity of a lot of people, right? I don't think a lot of people are as upfront with themselves about it. But it definitely plays into. It definitely is a underlying part of how people understand the world, whether they say it or not. And I think that's really interesting. Okay, we've got too many chisel tough blocks, so I'm gonna move all the chisel tough into here, and I think I've got a polished collection in here somewhere. Is this my polished block? This is, and it's absolutely full too. So we're gonna move the slab up into one of these. This is probably a bad idea. I probably should have just... Yeah, whatever. We should have just, but it's fine. There goes the slabs. It's in. And then let's finish up this top chest. And now I'm definitely going to go for a whole nother one of these, but that's future me's problem. Growing up under financial abuse is less known and more relatable, I think. I guess, yeah, I guess that's sort of what I'm saying. Is like, even if it's not abuse though, right? Like, I do agree. A lot of people have, like, money is used to control them. But that is, you know, I think that that would feel way worse than if your parents don't have money, even if they really wanted to, you know, control you. They don't have the ability to, right? And that's like an equalizing factor. It's a weird thing to say, but yeah, I know. I think it's very British to have your childhood wealth status be a big part of your identity. Yeah, that's a fair point. It's interesting how it works in the UK too, because if you grow up with an amount of money, it's more relevant to how people perceive you class-wise than how much money you have sometimes. So a lot of very wealthy people have to be like, yep, you know, I grew up in council house, you know, like stuff like that, to like kind of like show where they're really at, you know. It is a weird thing we do here. I think I do like the idea of people valuing your current situation more, but then even then, like you could argue that's kind of shallow, right? To be like, oh yeah, I don't care about how much money you grew up with. I care about what's in your bank account right now to work out, can we go to do this thing? But it is probably the more important factor than some vague notion of like, oh yeah, they grew up with wealthy parents, they didn't, etc. So yeah, I wonder actually, Rue, I know you happen to be not from the UK. Would you define yourself by your current wealth class or not? In fact, actually, a lot of Americans, I'd love to know, what do you think is more important in defining you? Do you feel like the what you grew up with or what you have now? I think we should have a new UK mobility, but instead of people asking support Hastings, it's people who are content creators. House of Lords, more like House of Streamers. You know, I'm loving this idea. I love any unequal society that puts me exactly at the top. This is my real set of political beliefs coming out right now. Money's more than defining you. It's all you let yourself become. I think though. So the fun example, just by the way, in the UK is there's a billionaire. He might not be a billionaire. He might be a hundreds of millionaire. Which, you know, like imagine being only a hundreds of millionaire. He can't have a mega yacht and have a 12-bedroom mansion out in the middle of the countryside. He has to pick. His investment income is only enough to pay for 8 children to go to private school. When he has a 9th child, he has to go to the peasant school. So, you know, but more seriously, sorry, I love the idea of ragging on people who aren't billionaires for being poor. It's something very fun in that to me. I feel like I could do that for days, and I would enjoy that. But I'm not going to. But so yeah, there's a guy. His name's Sir Alan Sugar. He's a lord, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he's there because he sold some company to Sky, more or less. He's the UK's this is a real rough thing to say nowadays. It's got political connotations. But he's the UK's Donald Trump in terms of he runs The Apprentice, etc., etc. So yeah, there's a guy like that. But because he grew up in Hackney in a in a lower class setting or whatever, it changes how people perceive him. He has a Cockney accent, and so it's a really weird thing. The posh tone you did was pretty funny, says Kuiji. Thank you. You too. When you get the chance, how long have you been working on this, and how many blocks have you collected so far? I've got about 50,000 blocks so far, and I've been working on it for, I think 16 hours is the total right now. A little bit over, a little bit under maybe. I'm expecting to be about 18. So, yeah, by the way, Rose Pentacle says your bio parents were from the UK, probably south/southwest England. It feels like when people are from in North America are always from the south and the southwest of England. I wonder where all those people went, or why. I wonder why all those people decided to go. I know exactly where they went actually. I've got that nailed down to a continent, to be precise. But yeah, I think it's really interesting that people will define themselves. I think that people will define other people even that way too. I think it's a messy thing to do for other people. I do agree that it's like you should be judged by the content of your character, not the depth of your wallet. Generally speaking, but at the same time, there's a lot of things in society. One of the like sad things is like there are a lot of things where your wealth status will genuinely impact all sorts of weird things. So like I don't know. One of the odd things is like a lot of people see fast food as trashy, but it's like I love me some fast food. I feel like McDonald's is one of my favorite places to go in every new country. What I mean is your wealth status may change how people perceive you, but it doesn't change your worth. I mean, it changes your net worth, but you know, to the point you're actually trying to raise. You shouldn't let it, right? I think if you let wealth define you, you have a lot of problems on your hands. It shouldn't be your goal to be defined by your wealth. But at the same time, yeah, there is no way I don't need to go through another one of these chests before the end of this. A lot of people see anything delicious as lower class. Yeah, that's really true, David. There's this really weird thing too, where a lot of like expensive upper class foods are actually kind of bad too. Like caviar is my favorite example. It's just not that good. It's expensive is what it is. Even lobster. Okay, I'm the lobster roll savant, right? But people who really like lobster look down on lobster rolls because you kind of like you're putting a lot of butter and mayo or, you know, chives or your brioche roll. There's a lot of fun ingredients that are kind of overpowering the lobster. People who really like lobster just eat the thing by itself, right? But in my mind, that's kind of like, I don't know, it feels like you would, it seems insane. Like, I know, to me it feels like I would rather have I love lobster rolls, says Crash Gaming. You've come to the right channel then. You've come to the right channel. A lot of people love really expensive, like, raw ingredients. But they're, like, raw ingredients. They're really, really basic. To me, the quality comes from, like, when someone puts their, like, you know, their craft into something, right? That's when something becomes special. So, here it's considered very rude to ask how rich you are or how much money you make. I don't like that either, though. Like, that also... just because it's rude to ask, it doesn't mean everyone's not assuming anyway, right? I feel like you're better off when you're at least able to be transparent. Whereas when everyone is afraid of being transparent, they still just make guesses anyway, right? And that's the kind of rough end of when you don't talk about it, in my opinion. My trial chamber came out to around 90k blocks, but it had 6 trial rooms, so it's pretty big. I'd love to see what your trial hull looks like, Hacker1MC. You should post it on the subreddit, IBXToyCat. It'd be fun to see a lot of things there. But, yeah, I feel like people are really... I think the really, really interesting bit of it is the level of, like... transparency is better than in the shadows, right? This is kind of a weird thing in general. It's like corruption, for example. The ideal would be if you could have, you know, if you had politicians and people who are uninfluenceable by money and other decisions. That's the dream, right? That's the goal. But if you assume that that is unrealistic, you're to say if that's a fair decision or not. But if you say that that's unrealistic, it's better to instead say, okay, it has to be in a public register, and then everyone can see it. You know, that's an easy way to put it. But then some people could say, well, isn't that an endorsement? That you're saying you're allowed to do it. Look, you're definitely allowed to do it. There's a public register. But I think that everyone having access to the same information is better than acting like the information is so bad that no one should ever share it ever. And so I feel like it shouldn't be rude to say like, oh yeah, here's how the money stuff goes. I've learned that on YouTube because there are enough like cultures in the world. I've got to be very careful about what I do here. But I really enjoy, for example, like sharing the economics of this stuff on the second channel, because a lot of people, I think one of the biggest downsides of people not talking about what they earn, what they're doing, is like a lot of people don't realize what the high earning jobs are. They're like, oh yeah, he's just some, you know, like, here is the one wealthy person in my life. He's just some bigwig. I have no idea what he does, but he works at the company in an unachievable role. Whereas if you say like, oh yeah, my really wealthy cousin, he works at a bank, or you know, like in an investment bank. Then you're like, oh, investment banking is where a lot of money is, rather than the idea that like, oh, your money just randomly appears or doesn't appear. You know, because you know it's a worse outcome if everyone doesn't have the same information. That's a real inequality driver right there. Okay, so did you cut your hair recently? I kind of need to, honestly. I I got it cut like a couple months ago. My goal is always like, I say this to hairdressers, like, do this in a way that means I don't need to see you for as long as humanly possible. It's a rude thing to start a conversation with, but by the way, Jessup Kane, thank you.
Speaking of lobsters, I had a talk with the bot. They should be showing up to work from now on. Hopefully they won't run out of roles.
You had a talk with the pod? They should be showing up to work from now on. Hopefully they won't run out of roles. Very exciting, but also I have no idea what the pod is. I want to know what the pod is, Jessup. Very curious. I've been lurking, but I just wanted to say, I believe the UK, the school you went to limits your opportunity, seems extremely relevant in traditional media and the arts. Yeah, a lot of people do have the attitude of like, people from these schools are good, people from those schools are bad. But universities, obviously. It's crazy that some people do that with private schools, and I think that's one of the craziest ideas. I think that is like one of the most like it's an example of something where like, again, you can try and ban it, but then people are going to do it anyway. I feel like we should be transparent about that. Like, how many employers will only hire people from certain schools? Very, very curious. Speaking of corruption, is it just me or do people think of the word scrotum when they hear SCOTUS? I've got to be honest with you. I feel like things need to stop being called off the United States, right? Like there's POTUS, then there's FLOTUS, and that no, not off the just add US at the end, like Supreme Court, United States, SCUS. Your President of the United States, POS. Yeah, look at that one. Look at me. Again. Oh no, my breeze. He lava it. Yeah, look at me coming out being anti-president. That's an opinion I'm allowed to have because I'm British. You know, if you guys, let's be honest, you guys already have like a leader of your country. The leader of the house. I generally couldn't name who it is right now. I feel like it was. I feel like I could name the person it was forever, and I don't know anymore. But you already have a person who makes your laws or whatever. So now all you need to do is... Okay, we need to put some scaffolding here too. So all you gotta do is have that person be your new prime minister. Getting that story into the character count took skill. Ontario posts all of their employees who make over 100k with the exact income, including nurses and teachers. Had a family friend always complain about how poor she was. Looked her up, liked her less. So you're saying Ontario is a province in Canada? Are you saying that every single public worker only, or just government hired workers? Because I think that's wild if every non-public employee. Oh no, I put this too close to the tower. That's on me, to be fair. I'll put it in this corner here, so that it distracts the build the least. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Now I can fly down, and I can grab the key. And I can fly down here, and I can grab the bread. I regret doing that, honestly. Also, why do breezes keep ending up trapped in there? Unless it's the same breeze and I just didn't kill it. Okay, definitely kill it this time. They get a key this time? What was that breeze from? Okay, whatever. It's fine. Don't need to know the answer to that question. Just need to know that I'm having a great time, and I need to work out the trial spawner answer sooner rather than later. So I think we should go back being a colony again. Yeah, there we go. Chat. Okay, next when you vote this November 5th, whatever you see in the box, cross that out and write recolonize. And so what happens if 51% of Americans vote, the king comes over, he plants the flag in the White House, and he goes, "Ooh, I've got a new summer home." Well, I guess, yeah, July 4th. I've got a new, and then we'll agree in exchange. You know, I do understand that, you know, that's a big change for a lot of you, submitting to, you know, rejoining the UK, superior united country, a lot more culture and history. You get to go back and be like, oh no, your founding date is now not 1776. Oh, imagine being that young, you know, like it's embarrassing. You look like a kid on the international stage. No, your founding date goes to 1066. That's 710 years of history you can get in one simple vote. Can we get at least 1.5 seats in Parliament this time? See, that's the funny thing, right? if you do imagine a world where the UK genuinely does offer to the US, do you want to rejoin? And imagine a world where the US takes it. It actually really ends up screwing the UK over, because we have a law on like how proportional or how the seats are allocated. We currently have 600 members of parliament. I think proportionally that would mean 500 would have to go to the colonies, you know, to the states. And so, you know, ignoring the fun question of like, would it be that there's 54 countries in the UK, or are there now 5 countries in the UK? Either way, the US ends up like dictating how we run things here, right? So it's what's that called in business? Like a reverse takeover. But it still ends up with a reverse merger or something. It still ends up being very bad for us, because we're like, you know, we have lots of quaint beliefs over here that maybe we wouldn't want getting mixed up with whatever's going on over there. Some countries have founding dates this century, says HackerOneMC. Yeah, I think at 1999 we should have cut it off and said no more countries. You can create yourself, and you can be like a nation, or you can call yourself what's another good word? A territory, a province, maybe acceptable. You're not a country. If your founding date is 2019, you're a province. You're an independent province. You know, the independent province of Catalonia or whatever. Seems good to me. The independent province of and that's you know, like a Donbass or something. Yeah, there you go. This makes way more sense than the current situation. But that's too much country talk. Okay, so just a little bit too much country talk. I do think though there is a fun thing about proportional. You know, democracy being based on proportions that way means that you fundamentally do have a problem. If, you know, this is why a lot of people take the stance that, like, you know, people say real dumb things all the time about it. But, like, my least favorite thing people say on the internet is America is a republic, not a democracy, because it's a democratic republic, right? It's one of the, it is a republic, but it's also, but anyway, people say that all the time. And one of the reasons that people don't like the idea of being democracy, at least one of the reasons people don't like the idea of like everyone gets an equal say in this, is because a lot of people have bad opinions. And why is it that people with bad opinions should get to rule you and your life? One of the fundamental like struggles in the world is like, what limits should government have on how much it can impede in people's private lives? A lot of people who are quite revolutionary say there shouldn't be limits. Why would we ever say we have limits on this? If you exist in this country, then you are under the authority of this government we have, this shared set of values, etc. And some people would say the opposite. But so that's what makes it so interesting when you join two countries together forcibly like that. There was a fun plan to join the UK and France at one point, but unless you go really, really federal, you know, you say to people in the place, like, yeah, we're not going to touch you and you're not going to touch us except for the most international issues. You run into a situation where, like, yeah, if it's technically correct that if the UK and the US were one country, the people of the US would get to have a majority say in what happens in both places. And I don't know, hypothetically, if 40% of Americans and all British people agreed on one issue, then that would be enough for that to become law in all of the United States. Which also seems a little silly, right? Like, oh, that doesn't seem like that's how that should work. I think about this all the time, because there's always some fun issue coming up where, you know, Americans are tearing themselves apart, being like, oh, can you believe that these people want to send that to the States? And then some people are like, can you believe those people want that to be done by the federal government? You know, there's like that sort of thing. And it's like this endless debate about, like, I think there are cases where I get to decide what happens in other states, and I think there are cases where people in other states should not get to decide what happens here. It's a fundamental problem with allowing the rules that other people write dictate how you live your life. That escalates the more people you have under that same set of rules, the further that problem becomes clear. If you and two friends all agree, hey, we're running a Minecraft night, you know, we're making a Minecraft server, it's really easy to all be on your Minecraft server together and say, hey, okay, there's gonna be 3 rules here. No griefing, no references to Star Wars, and you know, no swearing on signs, because I don't like profanity, something stupid like that. And that's cool when there's 3 of you. But then a friend joined, he goes, but I really like swearing on signs. I really like putting my rap lyrics on the signs. And you're like, okay then, we'll suspend the swearing on signs rules. And then another person joins and they're like, honestly, I really don't like when people leave the wheat farm with the seeds, like, kind of partially grown. I don't like when they harvest it and then they don't fully plant those seeds back. I think that we need to make it a rule, you know, a law of this land, that if you're going to be on this Minecraft server, you replant the crops and you patch in your creeper holes, you know? You're all adults here. And everyone agrees, like, yeah, that makes some sense. But then the first people say, wait, we don't want to make it a rule to plant the wheat. We don't care about that. So why are we binding ourselves to that? And that problem then scales up until you have 300 million people on a Minecraft server, and someone goes, I think it should be a law that we all have to, you know, have diamond swords all the time, just in case something bad happens. And someone says, like, I don't think you should be allowed to fight the Wither within 100 meters of a school or whatever, you know? And it becomes a very silly problem very quickly. Okay, so now I'm going to mine this bottom floor a little bit. I want to get all the waxed copper down here. You know, I think it'd be a fun little break. They take a little bit longer to mine, but it's a little bit better. By the way, swearing on signs sounds like a screamer band from 2004. It is true. But yeah, I think can you put the word hoe on signs now? I actually want to find out. I am very curious. Whew. So yeah, I think it's fun, and I hope that you all agree, chat. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you disagree. But yeah, the UK will be retaken over. Any rebellious colony, if you have any history to the UK, even if you don't, we could retake you over. It's an open offer. It is Independence Day, right? And how better to celebrate independence than by losing it? Like, you know, okay, we've all had that rebellious phase in our teenage, you know, years. We all go through that moment where we're like, yeah, everything my parents have ever told me to do is dumb and wrong, and I'm gonna do it my way instead. And then eventually you realize, like, oof, I see why that is a bad idea. I see why I can't actually live my life under that basis. You know, we all go through that. It's a very common experience. And so, you know, at some point, you just gotta realize, too rebellious. Italy and the Roman Empire have entered the chat. Yeah, you know, I guess you're right. By my logic, the UK should cede its power to Italy. Okay, Italy, you can come over here. You can reconquer us. Make London great again. Okay, so with that said, how's the weather where you are, chat? Make American Great Britain again, says Pookie Helms. I should start selling merch for this. This is a very good idea. If you're an American, you must speak in a bad British accent. One of the things that I find to be interesting, tell me if you think this is interesting, chat. If you know this, if you don't know this, it is just a thing that Americans randomly do when they talk to each other, where they just randomly will whip out a weird British accent. And it's like, why are you invoking us for this? Like, that's how much they miss us, you know? They're like, oh, I just miss our parents so bad. I'm gonna do an accent exactly like how they talk. So it's a weird behavior. It's a very weird behavior. Gotta say, no questions about that one. I'm loving the direct relation between real life and Minecraft. No battling a Wither near a school. It's you know, it's true. If your children watched you battling a Wither, they might have some real questions that you wouldn't be able to answer very easily, and so that's why we make that rule. Definitely true. It's okay. How's the heat over there? Says Rose Pentacle. Oh, it's been great. I know there's gonna be like another bad week at some point, but it's been low 20s all week, and that's like where my tolerance is. I think 23 is fine outside if you're going for a warm day. Maybe, but no, it's not good, is it? It's acceptable. And it's been 19, 18, 21 sort of temperatures. It's been good. I sweat a bit more than I usually want to, but it's good otherwise. What if I ask the Wither out to dinner first? Says Ruby likes Sonic 2. Good to see you, Ruby likes Sonic 2. Also, Chantel, I missed. Did you say if it's all public employees or all private employees who have their who have their information public like that. Because that's wild if so, right? Because one of the biggest like inequality points in the world is how you earn your money. A lot of people think it's like how much money you earn, but it's actually like if you earn your money through work, you're a pleb, right? You are even if you earn $1 million a year, you're still earning it. Public Ontario employees, it's called the Sunshine List. we have a similar thing for the BBC here. Also, nurses are all public employees. Interesting. Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. Like the hospitals in Canada are free, right? So I feel like you got to have a catchy term for it there, like, you know, National Health Service is what we call it here. You should call it CHS. I was shocked when I learned the Canadian, like, equivalent of the RAF, the Royal Air Force. It's just called the CRAF or something like that. Gotta say, was not impressed with the creativity. But, you know, if you're not gonna be creative, you gotta stick with it for the bit, I think. So, what's your favorite type of expensive car, says Jets. So if you like expensive cars, I've got good news for you. My video today has a lot of them in there. Yeah, my Minecraft video has a lot of expensive cars. Don't ask questions, just understand that it's gonna be a good time for you specifically. You're getting your dreams in my Minecraft video. So yeah, by the way, look at this. We picked up so much Waxstock Slice Copper, as well as so much regular Wax Copper. I think we're gonna have a full double chest of this, and just under a full double chest of this by the time we're done. So, yeah, Jets, my favorite type of expensive car. I feel like I hate to admit this about myself. Again, it's, I'm spending a lot of my life trying to understand myself rather than, you know, there's a point in your life where you can change some things. And there's a point in your life where you got to understand, like, this is at least where I'm at. You know, if you want to change, you got to understand where you are. And so I think I like quirky things too much. I don't like having something really impressive makes me feel a bit odd, right? Like if I had a £1 million painting in my house, I don't know how I would show that off to people without feeling weird. But if I had like a painting, you know, that was done for me, that was some really weird abstract thing, that would be fun. And so the same is true for cars. The car I want most in the world, you can look it up if you want to. It's called an Aston Martin Signet. It's like a baby swan. It is the most fascinating car in the world that you can have such a premium name attached to such a non-premium product. And I would love, like, people would assume it was fake, and I love that. Like, a houseboat would be fun to own, says Chillis Bean. Yeah, right, I feel like it's way more fun. It's how I feel about my Let's Play world, right? I've never been invested in making big fancy Minecraft builds because it's not my goal to impress you. I sometimes like to impress people with the amount of work I do, but even then I know, like, well, it's not going to be that impressive, right? Like, anyone can put hours into their Minecraft build. So instead I like to make people ask the question, why? If you're watching this right now, you might be asking, why are you destroying an entire trial chamber? And hopefully that means I've done my job correctly. I much prefer that to just like, oh yeah, I've got this beautiful build. It's going to be the best thing you've ever seen. I don't know what that accent was. But yeah, I think that's my kind of answer there. Is I looked it up, never knew the Signet existed. Yeah, it's so I believe that was what they call it. Is it's a compliance car. In the EU, you have to as a manufacturer, your average emissions per car have to be a certain amount. Like you know, like you can't sell cars with higher and higher emissions every year. They have to go down every year. And so a lot of car manufacturers can't make that work while still selling performance vehicles. And so what they do is they either buy the credits from someone else. I think Tesla sells a lot of EU compliance credits. You can sell them to someone else. Or, more fun, is you can make one car that's really, really, really economically, you know, that's really, really fuel efficient. And that's what the Aston Martin Signet is. It's an anomaly that no one would make out of choice. And isn't that kind of beautiful to own? You know, like whether it should exist or not is a really interesting question. But the fact that it exists despite no one wanting it makes it something that makes me want to own it. So there's only like 70 of them in the world. They didn't want to sell them. They made them, and if anyone wanted to order them, they would give it to you because they have to. And I love stuff like that. It's like you know, I have I also took out use sharpness, you know, it makes sense. So the one downside of using sharpness on my axe is I don't get looting on it. So in general, I don't mind not, you know, switching out. That's my rule of thumb here, at least. So yeah, I think it's really, really, really interesting. Are you gonna start Super Flat again? It was really fun to watch. Says Nathaniel Goldberg. Yeah, eventually. I have a 1.21 update for Super Flat that I'd like to release first, because I want to be able to... I mean, what am I really going to do besides Copper eventually? But I want to be able to, before I go into another deep run on it. I might do another challenge to a similar level of, like, craziness first. Is my official response on why I haven't. So, yeah, 1980s Yugo, they were complete rubbish. It's funny that the idea of bad cars used to be pretty prevalent. I feel like it's very rare that you've got a car now where you're like, it just isn't good. It just doesn't function correctly in any of the ways that you'd expect. But still they exist. There's something charming about that. There's something charming about things that are broken in a world where everything works. In the same way that it's nice when something is working in a world where everything's broken. So I farmed copper just for this update, says Zotel acronym. What are you using the copper to do? You got fun plans for it? What are you making with it all? That's my question. So I'm going to drop this on the ground and this on the ground and then pick up some other stuff. Okay, let's get out of here soon, I guess. Gonna have to take this tough brick with me at some point, so let's take it right now. Yeah, lovely. And we'll destroy this little floor here. I don't know where all those spiders, how all those spiders got down there, but let's finish them off. Easy stuff. Let's go. I probably should put this food in a chest. Future me might appreciate having it. So, yeah, I love how everyone on YouTube doesn't know how to pronounce my name, so it's Nathaniel Goldberg. I think there's a list of like 100 names that people will have come across frequently in their life, and maybe like another 50 or 60 infrequent ones. And so if your name isn't from their list, they're going to assume it's one of those infrequently heard names. And I feel like it's kind of on you if your name is too rare to be known. Honestly, that's the weird thing about it, right? It's like I feel this way about a lot of things. If you don't know the pronunciation, you can't be it's rude to pronounce something wrong, but also it can't be expected that you know the pronunciation to every word ever, right? Like at some point, you know, you got to admit, like, yeah, you got to tell people about how it's pronounced before you can be upset that they don't know how to pronounce it correctly. I feel that way about countries and stuff. So there's a name that gets really commonly discussed in this, right? It's have you ever heard the name Siobhan? Chat, if you have heard the name I just said, Siobhan. If somehow this is your first time hearing about it, don't look up how it's spelled. Like type it in the chat. Type how you think Siobhan should be spelled in the chat. I would love to see how that compares to the real spelling. Siobhan, or Chivon, Chivon, Shavon. You know, it's DNS Crypt. You do know it already. You're ruining the whole thing. It's an Irish name, yeah. So, obviously, if you're Irish and you know how the Irish language works and how all of their letters are pronounced, then like, oh yeah, really, really great. Yep, easy. But it's like, well, the majority of the world does not speak Irish. And so either you can spell your name phonetically, or you can be very used to that idea. And this is my problem with it, I guess. It's something I'm like acutely aware of at this point, is that basically every problem in the world is that at some point parents have to decide for children, and then the children just have to live with it. Like, why is it that parents decide what children are named, and then children just have to be like, yep, that is the name. That set of syllables you just said right there is what I am called. Like, you can rechange your name, but it's a bit of a pain. I despise when countries use English letters but pronounce them nothing like how they are in every other word. Well, that's the funny thing, right? It would also be rude to say, oh yeah, my name is, and then a bunch of symbols no one's ever seen. Like, not rude, but it would be you would be unreasonable to expect someone to know what to call you from that, I guess is the correct way to say that, right? I think rude is I think not helpful, maybe, is the word I'm looking for. It's the weird thing is we have a lot of shared knowledge, but we also have lots of things that we know and other people don't know. And working out how to tell people that stuff is a challenge for life, for sure. Like how do we all create a world where we are all coming across, where we're all learning something every day, as opposed to, because one of the things that's become common on the internet is people being like, it's not my job to educate you, for just all sorts of random stuff. And it's like, yeah, okay then, well then it's not my job to know. You know, like, you can't expect people to know stuff and then not want to share with them how it works. Which is why I think a lot of people, for all the faults that the school system has, at least it means that our shared common knowledge pile is a bit higher than it otherwise would be. We're all slightly better informed because we all went to the same weird box for years on end. And ooh, potion of regen. Don't mind. How did you get up here? Ah, you can climb ladders now? Ah, life ruined. The worst. I can't deal with slimes, chat. They're just my least favorite. Too bad I'm 4 from the same vault. Congratulations, Sotal. Wow, you even leave the slimes to be future you problems. Honestly, I don't want them to be enemies problems. I have this, like, passive rage towards slimes. Like, I don't want you around, and if I don't acknowledge you, then you can't acknowledge me. It's a very bad attitude to have in a video game. I've got to say. Does not work in the slightest. But it's the attitude I have regardless. So, now I'm going to drink my potion. I don't think I need to. I'm just gonna. It's just around, you know. Throw it in here, and then we're gonna start mining this. I'm gonna get all the copper bulbs, and maybe some other fun blocks too. But mostly lots and lots of copper. Copper bulb. Copper bulb. Some wax copper, sure, why not? Some of this too, sure, why not? Grab a copper bulb. Isn't it interesting that when you mine a copper bulb, chat, tell me if this feels right to you. It feels like you should get a lit copper bulb back when you mine a copper bulb with energy in. I don't think that they should change it or anything. I'm just saying it's how it feels instinctively. I wonder if they considered that before realizing just how many blocks it would add to the inventory. Why do you need a brush on you for this particular activity? In case I find an armadillo and I need to get his scutes of him. Very common problem, gotta say. So yeah, chat. Siobhan, I'll get Chantal to spell it in chat right now, if you will. If you wanna see the Irish way to pronounce it. Also, I say canite when pronouncing my inner winnet. Yeah, there's so many words that are just like this is unhelpful to everyone. It makes us all have to. When you make something harder for everyone, some people will just not. So yeah, it's as Erodit says, it's Siob Han. Siob Han. Siobhan is but yeah, it's again, if you understand the Irish language perfectly, it's like, yeah, this is very easy stuff. But if you don't, then it's very confusing stuff. By the way, chat, we are very suspiciously close. Knife is my favorite. Yeah, that's what they teach us. That's what they used to teach me in school. Is like, this is how you remember. There's a silent K. But do you know the crazy thing is the reason why it's spelt knife is because it used to be pronounced that way. All of the like English is such an old language that we have a lot of like legacy spellings from when we used to pronounce words differently. But the problem is that because knife is so awkward to pronounce, people just start saying knife, but they're still saying the word knife. You know, they're saying the old word, just pronouncing it differently, and so it's spelt the same way. And so there are lots of words that in our time we pronounce differently. I think maybe a good example would be take the word lemao, right? Do you know what word I just said there, chat? Right? No one's confused. No one's saying what word is that. But that's how you say lemao, or you know, you could say lol maybe. So lol originally means laugh out loud, but it's spelt LOL. But then we pronounce it like LULL. And so we spell the word differently than we pronounce it because it has and you know, written in oral languages, are like really closely correlated, but they move differently, and that's my kind of point here. So Lamau is terribly pronounced. Lameo, I guess, would be correct. Yeah, I guess Lameo is correct. I guess there's a spicy type of mayonnaise that comes from China, the El mayonnaise. Okay, so I thought it was lots of love, says Mad582. That's that. We need to get a siren that's like boomer alert, boomer alert. No offense, no offense. But it is funny. I felt like lots of love is the much nicer way for lol to exist. I pronounce Lamau as El Mayo. Oh, you do want... So, yeah, I feel like then it would be E-L-M-A-Y-O. I wrote it. But yet you're pronouncing it. But yet you're spelling it L-M-A-O. So, yeah, the point is written words can do things that regular words can't. Even with, like, jokes. Like, if I'm like... I like to shower. Wait, no, I'm a... What word works as a pun in text but not in I guess, oh yeah, so like I read a bottle that said polish remover, and then I accidentally tried to use it on my neighbor and he didn't go away. You know, like that joke doesn't work very well in oral form. Some would say it doesn't work well in text form, but those people just aren't very fun. I just don't say it aloud, saves the issue. What were you doing if you're trying to read out someone's text, though, and it says, El Mayo Senor? Oh, I'm picking up blocks that I shouldn't. I have nowhere to store these. I have to destroy the rest of the blocks, then come back for this later. So I can actually fit it in chests. Okay, let's go for it. Getting very, very close to the end here. I'll destroy this ceiling, too, just while I've got easy access to it. Nice, easy stuff. Okay, that was not easy, actually. I fell through the floor. Can't believe there's slimes down there, chat. I ran so far away. I specifically did not want slimes to follow me. Yeah, poll. Another fun Englishism is if a word starts with N, the N can move between A and AN. Like, an apron used to be napron, but the N hopped words because of the way it was spoken. An apron. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's weird. I don't know if that's... I'm going to trust you that it's true. But that is very bizarre. Oh. An apron. And you know, it's not this word of knife, but like an apple. It could who's to say it's not an apple, chat? You know, could we change if we change the word to napple, English would work grammatically great. Oh, I can't stop thinking about that one now. So yeah, the English language is weird. It's weirder when we write it down. So okay, I must leave, but just so you know, I did in fact post my trial chamber on the Reddit 6 days ago. Oh, then I saw it 6 days ago, HackerOneMC. That's pretty where I came up with the idea to tell you to post it there. So I was like, someone else posted that. It'd be cool if we had a collection of trial chambers. Okay, we're almost here now, chat. We're almost here. By the way, if it is July the 4th, and I've made jokes about it, but that is like big American holiday day, right? So what if you live in the rebellious colonies? What are your plans today? What does a good July 4th look like? I feel like there's no public holiday that I'm really like ever excited about besides like Christmas. So I always like to hear when people have like fun rituals around it. So I can sit passively and seethe about it. No, I like to enjoy whatever's going on in your lives. I thought it was IBIX and then Toycat, but maybe I was wrong. See, I say IBX. Actually, you know, yeah, I pronounce it correctly. I should be like, hello, I'm IBIX Toycat, and I'm editing videos and playing video games today. Is that a July 4th tradition, Malacream? Oh, it's cool that you edit, though. I feel like editing is a real hard thing to do well. It's like you're a storyteller, but also you're working in raw. It's impressive. So how about when Pog used to be Power of God? You know, the power of God sure is Pog. Am I right? That's weird. I can't imagine that, but also I can see why that would be true. So I'm gonna place torches on this spawner. I'm gonna place torches on all the spawners. It's not gonna do anything, but it's a fun idea. And then I'm going to keep on destroying all these non-tough brick blocks. Then I'm going to make another chest for the tough, and then we're going to deal with it then. So, Toycat, sometimes you pronounce it as Abiex Toycat. Hello, I'm Abiex Toycat. I think it's just an I that with very little emphasis on it. It's kind of the same problem with, like, an apron. It's like it's easier to be like an apron. Actually, not. Oh, that's weird. They both sound the same. Chat, did it hop words? Twitch emotes slang is the one slang as I refuse to use. Yeah, all my homies hate Twitch. Honestly, Twitch is. I think they've gone better in the last few years, maybe. But the Twitch management was one of the worst. Like, I think this is a problem that all tech websites have, and so I'm going to be very cautious not to implicate Microsoft in anything I say. But there's this problem where places will set up, you know, like a bunch of rules with a very, very American-centric point of view. So, you know, because they're like, yeah, as I know, being from America, also known as the world, here are the rules on what you can and cannot do for something. And it becomes really, really silly. You know, like, basically it means that not only, it's not just a part of America, but it's a part of, like, it's not just America, it's a part of America, right? It's like Silicon Valley. Like, one of the niche corners of one country gets to dictate how it works if you want to do streaming, because they are the big streaming player in town. And that's a little frustrating with something like that. But, you know, maybe this could be construed for basically any other service out there. And it's crazy because... Okay, well, what do we got to drop, by the way? I don't think we've got anything. I think I have to go back to pick up more space. By the way, thank you, Jared Hull. 42 days into Ultra Plat. 4 iron ingots down. My 8-year-old loves it too. Time for another Toycat hardcore run. I have a plan for my next hardcore run, Jared Hull. I'm looking forward to it. That's what I'll say. We're a rogue province. Sorry, that's the correct word to describe country. It's the rogue province. The corner of that rogue province. Going off and being all rebellious and stuff. Okay, let's place another couple chests all the way up there. We'll place one at the very top, and then one, like, next to it. Perfect. And now we can start loading this up with the rest of our tough bricks, and hopefully we don't need any more than that. Seriously, I'm gonna die if we need another chest for this. It's too high up. So, Cat, will we have a caveman challenge in actual hardcore? Oh man, caveman hardcore is so hard to pull off. Caveman hardcore would be a nightmare. I feel like caveman would be a fun world to make, right? Like, it was a fun thing to do by itself. How can we make it more fun? I feel like you could manufacture a lot of fun stuff into that. Ooga booga hardcore. So, yeah, I'm having a wonderful day, by the way. How are you doing, chat? Is everything doing good? I feel like these streams are one of my favorite opportunities to, like, interact with people directly. And so it's a good opportunity to actually see and hear stuff, because there's often a complaint whenever I'm, like, deep into some Minecraft thing where I have to be focusing, like in the Nether. People are like, is Toycat even reading my comments? But I know that that's, like, a tiny minority of people. Most people are like, yeah, it's cool. I'm here to watch, and it's cool. But it's fun to actually, like, understand from the other side. Like, okay, who are the chill people I'm excited to be here, and who are the people I'm, like, vaguely tolerating? I'm just kidding on that second one. But I think it's fun to, I think it is fun to... Should I take this down, by the way? Yeah, we'll let the gravel be a separate issue. I think it's real fun to actually, like, have a bit of a back and forth in it. And so something I want to be better with is I feel like I do a bad job at actually holding a conversation with chat sometimes. Like, we'll have, like, a free message back and forth, and then I'll be like, so, let me tell you about the moon. It's really big and bright today. So, yeah, chat, is there anything you've always wanted me to talk about, but haven't been able to? You know, like, it won't be able to come up very easily. I'll use now as the opportunity to say it, I think. I think now would be a good opportunity to get it done. We're like about an hour away from an entirely destroyed trial chamber, you can see. It's going very well. And so once then once we're there, we're, you know, it's on the home straight, really. But it's fairly easy in terms of how much mind power it's taking. So I can respond and answer questions like, Toycat cannot finish a fort, says Ruby like Sonic 2. That's not true. I finished that fort, perfect, nailed it. Opinion on Sonic Frontiers, says Ben Pete. I really liked the open world Sonic game. I think that's Frontiers. If it's not Frontiers, then I have no opinion. What's your favorite color, says Cancerous Attitude. Hey, it's good to see you, Cancerous Attitude. It's been a while. What brings you back today? What's your opinion on the Song Dynasty? You know, David, you've been sitting on that for a while, haven't you? You've been like, come on. When will he finally get a free moment? I just need to hear him say that he's on the rebel side. I can't believe he's not. I don't know about the Song Dynasty, honestly. Wait, what is this? Ask your questions today. One-time offer, 50% off. Technically, it's 100% off because usually I answer people's questions when they do text-to-speech. If they drop a $10 tip, we'll do it. By the way, and so as a result, this is a 100% off offer. But I'm not seeing any answers yet. I think you have to end the Q&A before they come in. So I'll slide back to chat and then remind me to go back to the Q&A soon. And we'll do it. Is that AI generated? It's not. It is human generated. I mean, as much as you can call anyone a human. Who's to say that you're not artificial intelligence? You know, because the man-made versus artificial is a really arbitrary boundary when you think about it. And usually we say that, you know, like, man-made is there's natural and there's man-made, right? But you ever consider that every human you've met in your life was made by a person? Was made by man? Ooh, checkmate. I think you'll find that your opinions are, in fact, artificial, and therefore not relevant. I think just no one used that feature. Oh, no one was asking a question in the Q&A section? Oh, I'm in questions and answer. Okay, it's not working. Oh, it just vanished. Well, that sucks. What's your opinion on automatic farms in Minecraft? I see why people use them as a way to, to ease down some grinds for stuff. But if you use them aimlessly, if they become the goal in themselves, you'll get bored, and a lot of people don't realize that until it's too late. And that's something you gotta watch out for. So have you ever been to Auntie Anne's, says General Delogu? I love Auntie Anne's. They're little pretzels, the little pretzel bites though, not the whole pretzel. I mean, I can eat a whole pretzel too. I love that. But the pretzel bites are where it's at, like a little pretzel hot dog too. Really, really good. Can eat Auntie Anne's all day, every day. In fact, I would eat Auntie Anne's all day, every day. You know, shall I see if there's an Auntie Anne's in my delivery radius chat? I think that's what we should do. If you think about it, it would be unfair for me to answer this person's question and then not come back with the full response on this. So yeah, love Auntie Anne's. Yeah, let's find out right now. Give us a tour of your trial chambers. Okay, here are my trial chambers. This is what used to be the hallway. As you can see, it is no longer the hallway. This is what used to be a second hallway. As you can see, no longer a second hallway. Do you want me to continue with the same tone the entire time? And it's honestly, it looks really small when you remove all the blocks, right? Chat, tell me if you think that's true, but I feel like I wouldn't fit a trial chamber in here if I was trying to build one from scratch. Even though it's technically bigger. Okay, I need to know. Is there Auntie Anne's in my area, chat? Do you think there's an Auntie Anne? Because there's like 5 in the UK or something like that. Auntie Anne's. Oh no, chat. Not only is there a slime here, but there's no Auntie Anne's in my area. It's just telling me to order from Sainsbury's if I want that. Side note, okay, this is my biggest concern in the world. This is the biggest problem in the world. I think it's one that truly affects us all. I think I've stayed silent on it for a while, but I'm gonna speak up. I think with no exceptions, the worst thing that is ruining our days and our lives is the fact that when you search on basically any modern app, they don't show you what you're searching for. Like, you know, if you search for a show on Netflix that they don't have, they don't show you that show. They show you things like that show. Whereas what you really need to know is, do you have it? If you're searching up, like, Deadpool, they don't need to be like, oh, we have X-Men 1. That's basically like Deadpool. I hate Google search. Yeah, I'm genuinely at the point now where I'm what's the word? I'm like bearish on Google. I don't believe that Google will be the dominant. I think they'll be the dominant search engine, but I think search engines will be less dominant because of Google. I think Google search has gotten so bad at being a search engine that eventually that's anyway. It's a whole problem. Welcome to Realm Experiment, says Wiser Pluto 7751. Search legitimately gets worse over time. We should return to manually curated Yahoo. See, here's the question then, David. So it's one that I kind of like existentially have to answer for myself. Because I make my add-on reviews and my map reviews and stuff like that with the logic being, yeah, I'm a human curating this. I'm not some gathering of data and, you know, marketing stuff. Why is it that human curation is seen as the elite tier of everything? Because ultimately, human curation is going to have the same biases and flaws everything else does, but worse. Because, you know, at least the search engine can be objective when saying there is blank on this page. Whereas, you know, like my opinion on what's on this page, you know, it's based on what I see, and humans are inherently biased. But yeah, a lot of people do agree that, like, yeah, I'd rather have a bad human, you know, I'd rather have a flawed human than a perfect robot. And there's something interesting about that. So, I learned that Red Lobster doesn't have lobster rolls yesterday. My dad doesn't like seafood, so we don't get it often. I figured RL would have options for him, plus the biscuits, but no lobster rolls. Did you try to get a lobster roll, Rose? Is that what happened? Did they break your heart? Because you can sue for that if you live in the US of A. You can sue for most things, honestly. I think the problem is search engines more or less pushing products. At this point, I'd rather have a option I trust rather than a generic advertising engine. See, but would you rather have a, you know, I guess like search engines are a bad example of that because you're looking for something in particular. But like, if you want to learn about what headphones to buy or what car is best, or, you know, like, I don't know, like, when you're trying to find out answers to questions like that, I think almost all of us trust a human over trusting, you know, any form of Google search style product. Funnily enough, it's the biggest problem that Google has of products is, like, it's very hard to find out about stuff. Google admitted they prioritize the pages that paid them over better results. I mean, it's not that bold of an admission, though, Ruby likes Sonic 2. Like, they've been doing that since, like, that's how they get paid, is by putting businesses that pay them above businesses that are good. I think there's a, I don't know, it's a weird thing because Google is basically making money by taking something we all trust and making it not trustworthy. But that is a huge business model. Like, it's a huge way to make money, I guess I should say. Is once people trust you, you can sell their trust. And eventually they'll stop trusting you, but you'll make so much money in the meantime. Happy to see everyone. I'm Welsh enough. My GF and best friend are leaving Moscow for a month. That's a bummer. Oh, I thought... you know, it sounded like you were going on a month-long trip, but it sounds like it's without you. I'm sorry to hear that, Dasher. I hope that it's a good trip, at least. But it's good to see you. How's it going? Google should have a I got nothing message. Yeah, more search engines need to admit, I don't have this. I think this is, okay, like in humans at least, one of the bravest things you can say that's hard, and I'm genuinely trying to train myself to get good at, is being like, I don't actually know. Here's my informed guess. But even then, sometimes I need to be like, here's my uninformed guess. You know, if you ask me about a particular issue, I've got to be like, I am winging this based on what I do know, but I'm not an expert in the subject matter. And that's like hard to do. That's like, you know, that's like not socially very acceptable. You're meant to be like, no, I'm an expert on everything. I know how to pronounce every name, and I know... Get away! I don't like you. I don't agree with you spawning here. It's a trial chamber. Get out. Go. This is just me getting progressively, slowly, like, how are slimes spawning in here, chat? It's a trial chamber. There's one place you're not meant to spawn. There's multiple places you're not meant to spawn. This is one of them. I hate to say, but you're making your design look bad here. So, and also you're wasting my food. I've got very little of it left. So I'm going to fly right back to the back corner over here. And I'm going to see if I can get away with mining blocks without being destroyed by a breeze. I don't think I can. But I'm just going to try it anyway, because it sounds like a fun idea. I hate slime so much. Mojang's worst mistake was, like, making the slime spawn below, I think it's Y40, and then not changing that to Y minus 40, or minus 20, when they introduced the deeper worlds. It is a piece of legacy code that is causing so much pain to so many people. That's it. You verbally abuse those slimes, says Jared Hall. Exactly, you get it, Jared Hall. You verbally abuse something enough and it goes away. You know, this is a good lesson to learn. If you mentioned you were a parent, so you know this is like parenting 101. Hopefully not. No, it's good to see Jared Hall. It's good to see you. You are one of those names that I can now start to realize, like, okay, on my side, right? It's in the absence of a lot more data about, or a lot more information. Data has negative connotations. A lot of in the absence of better information, like working out, like, oh yeah, this person is like, because there are some people who come to streams and they're like, yeah, I don't really like you. I'm just here because I've got nothing better to do. And then there's some people who are like, yeah, this is awesome. I like being here. Looking forward to it. And knowing, like, when you read a critical comment from, you know, Group A versus Group B, when you read a positive comment from Group A versus Group B, when you read any comment, you just need to know, like, how you're coming at it. And it's nice to feel like you've got people on your side around. I think that's one of the biggest things that can, like, set someone up for success or failure. Is, like, if you feel like everyone around you wants your failure, then you're gonna feel like it's slightly more likely. Or at least it's gonna become slightly more likely, because you're preempting it, basically. It's lovely to have you, lovely parasocial friends. This community always makes me feel welcome. See, Dasher, I agree exactly with the message. Thank you to everyone who's here, and it's chill. And, indeed, this is, it's a sunny Thursday. It's a big holiday in the US and in the UK. And thanks for all showing up. What if you made an iron golem to help with the slimes? That might not be a terrible idea, actually. You could probably help with the skeletons, too. Yeah, honestly, not the worst idea in the world. Not the worst idea I've ever heard. So yeah, I'm going to take down the spiders next. I don't care about their string and their stuff, so I'm just going to kill them with the axe. Easy stuff. There's one more spider I think I've got to kill. Is there? Yes, there is. And so we'll go deal with him soon. But for now, tear apart through this. And we're so close here, chat. We might be like... I bet we're like 35 minutes away now from a completed trial chamber. I'm feeling very, very bearish about this right now. Oh, wait, bullish. You know, I don't like the bull and bear analogies. I'm gonna move away from that. Everyone wanted me to succeed, but I am a contrarian. It's a SOTO acronym. Very fun. Slime. So yeah, I have to say that the most underappreciated thing is having, like, you know, people who are like there to see the good moments. Because I think there's this weird bit in almost every single human being that, like, wants to help other people out. I think this is the also new world record, says Mad582. You know, I do feel like if I'd have completed this boss fight, I could be 100% sure I was the first person to destroy a trial chamber. I don't think we can say that anymore. That's the sad thing about my world record. Is my world record isn't a world record. So lots of slime balls. I feel bad getting rid of them. I feel like slime is something I actually want, but I'm just that angry with the slimes existing. I don't even want their goodies, and that against their existence. But yeah, can I complete this before having to eat food? Oh, okay, we got skeletons spawning here. Let's go. Okay, just kill them all. Easy stuff. You gonna give me something fun for that? Maybe a key? Some potatoes. See, again, right now is the potato time, I guess. And yeah, we'll switch out to the bread or the weird stuff we get from these chests. And that'll be great. First one's streaming, perhaps. You know, let's do it. Let's make a really specific world record that we can be 100% sure is true, chat. Let's do it right here, right now. Let's work out something that this is definitely the first in the world for. Also, look how fast this is. Oh, it's so good. It's so glorious, chat. Oh, all these blocks are gone. Oh, it's amazing. It's something special, let me tell you that much. Oh, yeah. This is all I've ever wanted. It's all I've ever needed. Okay. Perfect. Okie dokie. Destroy all the way through. I think I probably have to put some deep slate back now, but I haven't picked any up. So we'll have to go grab some and do that, and then we're going to destroy all of this, and then all of that, and it's going to be glorious. Ooh, will you turn this into a long video, like with the 14 Bastion video? Yeah, I think I will, Cancerous Attitude. Wait, actually, most of you aren't watching this in that form, because you'd be at hour 17 in a, hour 18 maybe, in a, in a 20-hour-long video. But someone right now is watching this. You are watching this from the very long video. Hello, how's it going? You are alone right now. This is the first piece of YouTube content in your life you've watched where you are alone. No one is joining you. What does that feel like? Do you like that? I hope you do, because you're currently in the midst of it. Chances are you're the first person named Andrew to do this. First person named Andrew to stream the destruction of a trial chamber. Heck yeah, add that one to the glory wall. Maybe I should make a little accomplishment board in this world. A little, because you know, this might be the longest running world that's been played every week or every, you know, there's got to be some little fun accomplishments for it too. Ooh, so I think we're gonna go unload my inventory, and then I'm gonna go destroy that upper layer. There's a lot of blocks here, and I could do without them being there. Oh yeah, chat, the trial chamber, it's more gone than not. It's more gone than not. That's a big celebration. Accomplishment wall for very specific things. Yeah, I'm loving this idea. I'm absolutely loving this idea. Dude, you're one of the funniest YouTubers so far. I'm adding that to the accomplishment wall. I am one of the funniest YouTuber so far. Yeah, you know, of all the YouTubers so far, one of the funniest. Not bragging, chat, but I mean, how many of you have an accolade like that in your collection? Not many, methinks. I think it's one of the weirdest things to watch a stream after it's finished, says Isaac Gonzalez. Weirdly enough, I think the majority of the viewers on these streams come after they're finished. It's a small majority. It's like 60% of people watch not live. But, yeah, it's a weird thing to be watching a live stream after the fact, you might argue. But a lot of people like this as a kind of return to that long-form, old-style content. You know, everything on YouTube is edited, you know, for, you know, children with hyperactivity problems, some people would argue. And just having a video that's like, let's hang out and play Minecraft is really appealing to a lot of people. So I'm gonna murder you. Easy. Key, maybe? Yeah. Okay. I've got 24 keys on me now, chat. I think that's on top of the keys inside of my shulker box of goodies. So, Kat, you didn't see mine earlier, so I'll ask again. What's your opinion on ground sloths? I like ground sloths. The only thing that would make them better is if they were in the air, though. So lots of people watch live streams, not live, to update their Toycat Fun Facts Wikipedia article. You have a Toycat Fun Facts Wikipedia article, Jeff Shannon? I need to see it. I did think it was interesting. Someone made there's like a YouTuber wiki site, but it's on that bad wiki, like Fandom, I think it is. I want to read about Toycat lore. Actually, I think it's weird to read about yourself from a third-person perspective. I think that's the sort of thing you gotta wait till you're dying to do. Like when you're on your deathbed and you want to be like, I'm looking for a way to change what I've done and, you know, finally stop being such a bad person. I think that's the time that it makes sense to go ahead and read. But otherwise, probably not such a good idea. Okay, I'm gonna get all the buttons and all of the dispensers right now. There's a lot of them, but they need to go at some point. Let's make that point now. Was there diamonds in there? Nope, just snowballs. Okay, so I'm gonna continue walking around here and mining. Easy stuff. Okay, so that should be all of the dispensers of buttons, besides this one. And then that means there's just one less thing for us to have to avoid. Okay, then I'm gonna mine through here. I'm not gonna pick up the copper, but later me is gonna do that. Okay, this one over here, and then there's one over here too. And then there's one over here too. Yeah, I think I've definitely become much more organized at the destruction of this over time. Which is good. It's satisfying. Pick up that dispenser. Did I definitely pick it up? Is this a button? Yes, it is. And I think... Yeah, we got every single dispenser gone now. The structure is dispenserless now, chat. IBX Toycat Chantal found something fascinating. What did you find that's fascinating? I'm curious. Watching the stream literally cured my hangover, says Fizz. Oh yeah, a live stream is so good when you're having that I can't do anything moment. To get you from like barely functional to like just a bit more functional enough to do some stuff. I guess these snowballs should go in here really. I don't like putting them in there, but I will. And the arrows. What did you find that's fascinating? Okay. So Chantal says, I have access to a stat that shows who's sending the most messages to chat over the last few streams. And I want to bet on who it is before I... Yeah, okay, so my bet... Okay, I'm gonna put Jeff Shannon in the top 10, but not in the top 5. I'm gonna put Wiser Pluto in the top 5. Erodit, says Vera. Oh yeah, it's gonna be Erodit. There's no question, right? I think Dasher is very... I think Dasher is here the most. Perhaps jointly so. But I bet that she chats slightly less than Erodit. You know, like, you know, without offense, like, there are people in the world who are like, I will throw everything I think into the world. And I think that Erodit is more of that type of person than Dasher is. Yeah, I'm second place, probably behind Dasher. Okay, yeah, Dasher or Erodit? That's an interesting question. Everyone make your bets. I'm top 5 Yapper, cool. Says Wiser Pluto. I don't know if you are, I'm making that guess. Okay, let's find who's top of the yapping charts. Let's work it out. Dasher hasn't even been here today. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You know, maybe my stats are horribly wrong. We'll find out when we get to the yapping leaderboard, though. Malacream says I like listening to the streams more than chatting. Yeah, that is how I enjoy most live content too. But I do think it's worth saying, you know, it's not advice you have to care about for this stream, Malacream, but thank you for being here and thank you for being a member too, by the way. But if you are someone who enjoys any, like, live community you're a part of, you know, you can basically be a part of it via Ghost. Like, every now and then someone's like, yeah, I'm like, I don't comment on the streams, but I know Dasher, I wrote it, I know all the regulars, you know, it's kind of a charming... Like, it's funny, people can have parasocial relationship with other people who do. Also, 1, Dasher, 2, Wiser Pluto, 3, Erodit, 4, Daniel Stephen Woods, 5, Adansoni. Yeah, I would have guessed Adansoni if she were here today. She is definitely... She's got high-quality yapping skills. No question about that. So, still surprised, though. Still a little bit surprised. Okay, can we actually destroy this in one big run? I think we can. Okay. Chat, we're so close. But I'm gonna keep myself distracted. Keep talking about chat and how you can join communities and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm feeling big things, chat. I'm feeling very big things right now. Okay, all this ceiling, it's going away. There's just gonna be a few floating spawners left, and then all of this also going away. It's just walls and a couple of blobs on the sides. Okay, yeah, we are close as a ghost. In fact, let's just preload this into a... Okay, I'm gonna make an executive decision right here, chat. I'm going to make a shulker box over here. I've got wood in this one, so we're gonna take 2 of this and make a crafting table. 1, 2. We're gonna make... I'm making so many crafting tables around this world. I should just pre-craft them. So I'm going to make a crafting table right here. And then I'm going to make a shulker box. Maybe a couple, honestly. And that way I can just preload in all my tough bricks that I'm inevitably going to pick up. Rather than walking all the way back, because it's quite far at this point. And that way I can do all my mass destruction and still have a place for it. So let's do a big mass destruction of tough bricks. Because eventually it's getting loaded into shulker boxes anyway. So I might as well have the shulker boxes be right here and then move them later. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so walls are coming off. I'd be very careful not to dig holes in the walls. You know, I don't get my deposit back if I return this trial chamber with holes. It's a whole problem, chat. It's weird I've only been here a few months now. 3rd place, says Erodit. It feels like it's been a lot more than a few months, gotta say. Yeah, I think it is a weird thing that to chat a lot does mean, you know, you have to yap a lot, right? You have to be someone who's like outwardly pressured that way. But at the same time, I feel like there's a lot of people who are like, nope, yep, it's not that I'm always a talkative person. I like to join and talk in these streams and have that like mutual acknowledgement or whatever. Also, that's top chatter since June 27th. Very specific date. Always been a yapper, says Wiser Pluto. Yeah, the one downside to talking a lot is every now and then you'll overtalk. You know, there are moments where the things that someone will want most from you is to not talk and you won't know it. But I think the much bigger problem is usually the opposite. Like people who are quiet when oftentimes people are quiet when people would like them to say something. Even stuff like, I don't know, just there's a lot of like small pleasantries that people appreciate a lot if you put the thought and time into doing. Like asking how someone's day went is a really, you know, like basic example, but still a common one. Okay, let's destroy all of these so we can take it back home now. And then we'll come back in for another copper block run. Also, we have to pick this up. Oh, did I pick it up? I did. So all of the cut copper is going to go now. Just it's such a weird niche block. We don't need it very often. We just have it around these. So let's make it not be around these. And then we'll go back on a home run. Yeah. Chantal, how many messages have I made in the last week? I'm going to be honest with you, chat. I'm not a very big chatter. I don't really like to talk much. I know it's a crazy thing for you to be learning. I'm just not a very big chatty person. I kind of keep to myself. Don't really have a lot of things to say. But yeah, I think people more times than not appreciate you saying something than not saying something. So what is yapping, says Daniel Stephen Woods. Good to see you, Daniel Stephen Woods. You are one of the most regular chatters. Yapping is like a fun current word for talking, I guess is the simple way you put it. Why do we need a fun current word for talking? Why do you need a fun current word for anything? Is the answer I will give cryptically. So there's going to be a lot of spawners that activate as I run past here, but I'm just going to choose to ignore them because I'm too close to done now, chat. I'm too close to done. I see the exit. I see the finish line. I've got to make it now. So, hey! Thank you for the gifted member. Okay, so thank you very much. Love to hear some relic. A relic of a worse time. Wait, a better time? A relic. It doesn't work because it's not old, but one day that comment will make perfect sense to someone. So I have a big old chest of polished tuff that's now going to get a little bit messed up by this. So we have to put polished stuff on the bottom right over here, I guess. There we go. Works perfectly. And then we'll also put the polished tuff slab in the actual corner. Yeah, there we go. And we'll move that there. And yeah, perfect. Then I'm going to get rid of 3 eggs. I don't know where the eggs... I guess the eggs would have come from one of these. So we'll put them in here. And 2 more runs, chat. 1 big run and then 1 small run. And it's over. I'm going to have to pull out some food. Because I'm going to need it. But look at it, chat. The last of the trial chamber. It's coming to pieces now. Okay. I'm excited. I'm very excited. Jessup Ken has gifted 3 members to the stream, I think. Yeah, Jessup Ken's been gifting a lot. A member here, a member there. It's been very, very fun. So, I wonder if the dispensers and copper bulbs are hidden in the walls were a prank by a developer for anyone destroying the trial chambers. Yeah, it's a fun question to have. Are you not destroying the entrance? I think I want to keep the entrance room there, but destroy the walls around it. I think that would be more interesting than... Because you need to have some proof this was a trial chamber, and obviously the things kind of do that. But I feel like I want to go with a different destruction tactic there. I think it would look more interesting. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe we can look at it and it'll be there. But I'm going to destroy the fountain all the way around that too. That's going to go as well. But just specifically not that one particular thing. Okay, so all getting destroyed now. Just all coming down slowly. I don't know why I can't destroy that. Perfect. Let's go. Chat. Let's go. Oh no, there's some blocks in the ceiling up there. Ugh. Honestly, I kind of want to walk around this with some scaffold and just patch in the holes. Like, if I put some tuff back in those and some deep slate in the rest of this, I think it'll look just that little bit nicer. So, I think we might go ahead and do that. So, destruction time. Destruction time. Destruction time. Okay, so this is a lot of blocks, and I've got to say, I enjoy destroying every single one of them. I think this is the beauty of a destruction project. When you get to this end point where you're like, there is nothing left, you almost start to savor it. Chat, I know this is a weird thing to say, but I'm starting to be like, what am I going to do when the trial chamber's gone? Going to start talking some more so I can get top 25. I can only see top 25. Oh, that's sad. Very, very disappointing. If I don't talk in chat, Polly E tries to take my job. I think Polly E would be a good candidate to take your job. What do you reckon, chat? Is Polly E? Do you reckon she's on the short list for moderators? Or do you think someone? Do you think a high volume yapper, like Erodit or Wiser Pluto is a better move? You know, there's two ways to do it, right? Or you could go the opposite angle and say no, someone who's in chat but isn't chatting. You know, the Mallow Creams, you know, the Jessup Canes of the world. You know, there's all sorts of people you could pick. But there, we'll try not to do that right now. So, with that said, oh yeah, it's all coming apart now. There's a single polished tuff up there too. You know, we're gonna have to concede that there's a lot of blocks that are going back in these walls. But we're also gonna have to concede that we've done a very good job at this so far. Chat, can we have a moment and quiet applause for your boy IBX Toycat on the 18 and a bit hour accomplishment that we're about to have? Okay, so I'm gonna have to eat this. And then I'm gonna put this in a chest somewhere. There's a chest quite accessible. In there goes slime balls. And the cobbled deep slate. And then in here goes the regular deep slate. Or the tough bricks. Please leave me alone. I will file a restraining order against you, Mr. Slime. I do not believe you have the right to be here. And so I shall be making sure that you leave me alone. Okay, so this is going to be a bit of a nightmare to mine. So I'm going to jump up here and we're just going to go for it. Just all these blocks. Please, sir. Please, sir, respect my boundaries as I will respect yours. Okay, we might have to do one more trip home at this rate. Okay, can I destroy this? I can. So get up here. Yeah, one more trip home to get rid of all the other stuff. I can't destroy... I have to switch pickaxes for this. Okay, all of the copper. Maybe we should silk touch... We should share some cobwebs. I mean, that would be fair, right? I've got silk touch. Let's get it done. So let's just share them all up. Because we need these for each of the spider spawners in this thing. Although we probably have slightly too many. Because some of these were created by that one effect. Rather than by the spiders. We'll pick them up anyway. Worst case, we just keep some with us. That aren't related for the project. And then there we go. Okay. So what should be the last blocks that we destroy, chat? I don't think it should be the ceiling blocks. I think we want to have a more dramatic finale than that. I think that's the way we're going to do it. I'm dumb, I was actually number 18 this whole time. That is very fun. Sometimes the obvious things are staring us right in the face. Okay, plenty of cobwebs. And plenty of tough bricks. Let's go empty these in. When I was little, I used to read pickaxe as pixcax. Pixcake. Not pixax. Pixcake sounds fun. I would like to eat a pixcake. Can't recognize my own name. You know, a lot of people can't recognize their own name. Also, I can't believe these guys count as monsters for the sake of not sleeping. Does that really need to be true? Who's benefiting from this? Okay, I think there was a medium one in there, so actually I'm fine. Oh no, still gonna kill the little ones. That's cool. Don't have anything else to do or anything. Not like I'm finishing the destruction of a trial chamber right now. If that were true, I certainly could be upset. My auntie misspelled pickaxe as pixax. Okay, so I do think we want to do a prettification project before we say this is complete. I think there's some deep slate diamonds we haven't picked up. Like, I think I've got to just take those with me for completeness sake. Okay, I'm tearing apart too many slimes at this point. It's like a part-time job I'm picking up here. Okay, this is the final waxed oxidized copper, or the weird parts of it, I should say. Because actually, now we're going to destroy this. So I have a single block that I've got to remove here. Can cobweb be waterlogged, chat? Today I learned it can. So we're gonna mine a block here, and we're gonna move the block right up there, and there goes the water. Oh, there's water over here too. Ah. Well, I guess we're gonna do the same thing, but with a block I have more of. Polished tough, polished water. It's gonna be the end of an era to have this water feature go away, chat. But we're at this point. I'm away from my beacon, regrettably. Should I go walk towards it and then walk back? That haste effect is just too powerful not to have. And then go... tear it all to bits. Goodbye, trial chamber. You served me well, but it is going away. And then, I guess we should also check what other, like, random corners I haven't got done. I don't want to, like, feel like I finished and then have more to do. Okay, so this corridor, I think I left a few blocks in. Yep, 2 polished tough. And then arguably this cobbled deep slate. Chat, is this cobbled deep slate part of the trial chamber? I think it is. Technically speaking, it is. So, 1, 2, 3. It's going to feel like it wasn't, but I think that we have to logically conclude that it is. So this is perfectly filled in, minus a tough block. So we need some tough, and we need to do something about that. I'm going to just fly out, because it's easier. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Just fly out. Easy. End up right up here, where I'll mine some cobbled deep slate. Just enough to make this seem consistent. Yep, looks good to me. Destroy all of this over here too. Trying to make a real and consistent looking area. So this will go all the way up there. And that's good enough for now, I guess. I can't believe David has said more in chat than I. You know, David has lots of opinions on the Song Dynasty that you just haven't been dropping. So that's probably the biggest contributor. If I'm using my guess at least. Okay, so wax block of copper and waxed oxidized block of copper. Then we put in a nice little weathered copper bulb. And then finally over here comes all that tough. Where's it at? Up here? No. Over here? There we go. It's so many blocks, chat. So this is going to go down here just to simplify things. And that's going to go into there. And then the tough bricks can just go wherever. Up here looks good. Then the deep slate is irrelevant, but the bone blocks are going in here. Oh, I've got lots of bone blocks from this. Fun fact, chat, if you want to get bone blocks, just come to a trial chamber. Just destroy the structure, and you'll have more bone blocks than you know what to do with. Okie dokie. Got some baby zombies hanging out over here. I'm gonna kill them, because my pickaxe could do with the little buff. And there we go. Is that the spawner defeated? Yeah, another key. I am still looking for those, chat, if you'll believe it. Perfect. So, yeah, what I was... Wait, is that a dispenser up there? I thought I got all the dispensers, but I just left one floating. Oh, that's pretty embarrassing. Oh, it's all my... It's the dispenser with all my stuff in, too. So that's my inventory immediately refilled. We're going to place all this garbage into a chest over here. And we're also going to start placing torches. So garbage, garbage. Your garbage, too, sir. No offense. There's no other mob that, even if you have the most powerful weapon in the game, takes like 30 seconds out of your life to kill. For so little reward, too. Just wait until I get into my feelings about the Sui, says David. Dude, the trial vault's not reloading sucks. See, Kidimo, this is I'm not saying your feelings are invalid, right? Because feelings are reelings. But this is like an expectation management thing. If they were just chests like this, no one would ever say that these chests should regenerate. Imagine it was a chest with a lock on it, and you had to, you know, get the key to open the lock. You would say, yeah, well, obviously the chest opened once. Like, if I get more keys for that same chest, there's not going to be more inside there. I think the real red herring that Mojang made, or the real, not the red herring, the real mistake Mojang made, was in making it so that other players can use it. Because it implies there's loot in there that you're just not welcome to use. And that feels weird. It's just how it is, right? People feel weird about that. About, like, the game telling you can't have it. You know, everyone understands that there's no more loot inside of your village chest once you loot it. But no one would like it if the villager said, no, you've been a bad boy today, so you're not getting my chest plate. That would feel weird. And that's expectation management, is they should have better communicated with people, design-wise, so that you wouldn't have to... It shouldn't feel like you should have access to more. The fact that it does is a problem, you might argue. So, yeah, I got some chicken from that, which is, funnily enough, exactly what I could use with right now. But yeah, let's destroy this pile of gravel. It's looking ugly. And then before we finish... Okay, chat. I think before we finish destroying the trial chambers, there's all these blocks left, I'm going to go do the purification. Actually, no, let's destroy the rest of the trial chambers. There's only a few blocks left. Let's make it so that there's none blocks left. Yeah. No, let's do it. Let's get it done. I'm gonna kill some skeletons first. But then let's celebrate. Kind of a big deal. I'm gonna finally say it's over. I mean, it's the fact that you get so much garbage as loot. Yeah, Minecraft has a problem of just giving you loads of stuff and being like, I'm sure you want this. It's good, no. And I don't know how that can be resolved while still having things like trims being accessible. Like, in my opinion, trims really should come from chests and stuff. Like, I guess that's like a fundamental balance problem more than anything else. Okay, so I'm going to start removing some of these weirdly placed torches, and I'm going to make a consistent level for torches at 2 blocks above the floor. So, torch, 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 torch. And then we're going to destroy a couple of blocks over here. So we can place a torch over here. And then we're going to place a torch over here. And I'm just going to do this all the way around the breadth of the trial chamber. Torch over here, I guess. And then one over here. I'm going to destroy this one. It's too close. Thank you, Jessup Kane. It's the 4th gifted member today. Thank you very much, Fred. Appreciate it a lot. Oh, I'm going to die, chat. I'm going to die. I'm going to get murdered. And it's not... Oh, no. Okay. I don't have any food, and this is a bad time to be realizing that fact. Let's go sort our food problem out. They're all walking towards me right now. I don't know how they see me. Okay, they don't. I need to eat something like ASAP, chat. I know I left my food around here somewhere. Let's just work out where, and let's get it dealt with. So this goes in there. This goes in there. This goes in there. Okay. Let's go eat. You shouldn't let your health get this low. You'll get real hangry, chat. Let me tell you. Okay, baked potato time. Let's eat all the baked potatoes we can. And then once we heal a little bit, we'll eat another baked potato. Just so I'm healing as passively as I can be. There we go. Waste the saturation before you waste the hunger, you know? That's my rule for life. Go. Okay. Go. Okay. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Whew. Okay. Okie dokie. Things are chill, and so am I. Perfect. I think I'm going to place a nice little scaffolding tower over here. I think that'd be a good place for one. So I'm going to take down all of you fellas. Okay, I'm going to take you all down. Perfect. Nice. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? It's a key. See, I think I'm just going to place as many of these towers in as many conspicuous places as possible. So right here, just a big collection. Because that way we can use this to get... Oh, damn, I hate skeletons so much. Especially when they've got that, like, punch on them. It makes them very, very hard to deal with. Which is part of the joy of the genius of the design, really. They make a perfectly hateable mob. So that you want to punch it real bad. And then you do punch it. And then you get given a key. Oh, look, yeah, my hole worked great, chat. They're all in the hole. Somehow, like, 5 of them are in that hole. That's more than they should come from a single spawner, but I'll leave them be. Okay, so now I'm going to place a few more scaffolding towers around to specifically fix problems like this one. So we have to defeat all the trials first before that even makes any sense to do. So the breeze is a logical first contender. And then we're going to fill in all the holes. Actually, no. I keep changing my mind here, chat. Place lava in the hole. Yeah, I really think I should just do that. At some point, it makes more sense than whatever I'm doing. So where's the breeze this time? There you are, right in my face. I didn't really want to destroy that, but it's cool. Okay. There we go. Burn nicely. So, yeah, we're going to patch in all of these holes. And they're, except for the ones that are specifically there to do stuff like that. But even here, it's like, why does this need to be like this, right? Just make it a little bit prettier. Over here, it's like, this doesn't really help anyone. I'm going to just try and make everything look a little bit nicer. That is my goal, chat. Let's see if I can't succeed. I want to fill in all of these ugly holes. That is my public service for the day, is filling in as many ugly holes as I can find. Sometimes the holes are in hard to reach places, but still I must do it. Okay, now all the way to the ceiling. That hole works great, says Wiser Pluto. Yeah, I'm impressed. You know, usually when I wing something, there's some horrible reason why. Also, there was a tough brick up here, chat, that I almost missed. Oh, to shame. To think I could have thought I destroyed the entire trial chamber while having one of those hanging out in the air. To think I would have said that it was destroyed, but I would be lying. Okay, so we need to actually make sure we destroy it, which means just getting the weird corners like that. So over here, same thing. We'll just scaffold up a few blocks. 2 blocks here. Block over here. And then we destroy it. And then I think we should probably go with one in the corner over there. There's like 3 blocks missing over there. It feels weird to even count this because like there's quite a few blocks missing here deliberately. But again, it's just all about... Oh, a lot of spiders followed me. Not a fan of you fellas. You've got to admit. Okay. And then we're going to keep on climbing. And just get these last few blocks. You're a heathen. Stop making this place less holy. High quality dasher. High quality. Okay, that's kind of sideways. Hopefully no one ever notices. And, oh, we got to definitely do that over there. Oh, we missed a couple of copper grates here. See, this is the sort of stuff that you don't think about until it's too late. So we're just going to bridge closer that way. Get it done. And we're going to destroy this. Pick it up. Got it done. And then these holes, fill them in. Just make everything look that little bit more complete. Same with right here. There's a lot of skeletons hitting me, but I am not concerned. I should be concerned. Where are you hitting me from, actually? Oh, over there. The hole did not work very well. Should we destroy this too, chat? The random... Are the floating chests part of the structure? Yeah, all the floating chests are part of the structure I'm going to be keeping. I feel like maybe we shouldn't. Like, I usually keep the floating chests as, like, a reminder of the loot. But in this case, we already have the vaults, so there's an argument that we could get rid of them all. What do you reckon, chat? You got a fun take on this one? I'm treating you like a collective again, but it's okay. We're in a busy time. It's a busy place. Oh, okay. Looks a lot better now, I think. Also, yeah, this powdered snow is another one. It wouldn't hurt. Yeah, I agree with that. It wouldn't be a awful thing, like it would be for the other structures I destroy. So yeah, I'm gonna just remove this tower. I think I'm gonna remove that one too. I don't think that needs to stay. It's not really helpful. And then we could maybe place one in the corner here for getting to this a bit easier. So replace that, but over there. And then replace this, but in the corner. I think leave the snow just for fun. Powdered snow should go IMO. Oh, that's two exact opposite opinions. Then we've got, you get rid of the powdered snow, it's more part of the chamber than the cobbled deep slate, and you broke that. Yeah, that's a very, very fair response. I broke something that clearly was much more trial chambery. So now I'm going to remove this block, and I'm going to use this as my ladder up and down. And I guess we could do the same over here. If we just set up a big scaffold, like, where should it logically be? But we could set up a scaffold and it would go in a good spot there. So let's go through. Let's do this. Hello, skeleton. Okay, goodbye, skeleton. Let's. You know, I'm not getting involved in this. This is your problem. I kind of wanted to get that key. Oh, and there's another grate there. Man, this place is filled with very, very interesting holes. This is probably meant to be a tough, but it'll work as one of those. These can be filled in. Mostly fine. Let's go grab some tough, actually. So while we're here, let's make sure... Wait, actually. Grab that beacon effect. Then go to sleep. And then we'll destroy the rest of the home base. And it'll be good. Ooh. Damn, apparently the membership button doesn't exist here in Kosovo. I'm sorry to hear that, Eroda. It is one of the big problems of, it's that kind of, it's the logic of, like, a company setting things up and being like, we will work it out on a country-by-country basis, and then just not dealing with it for loads of countries like yours. It's, I don't know, the internet is international, but the companies that own it are overwhelmingly American and treat it as though it is America. And it causes all sorts of problems that could be very easily avoided. Okay, so I'm going to make myself a little way up here. Going to get a lot of deep slate in the process. I'm avoiding a lot of arrows in the process too. Hope that continues to happen. Oh yeah, look at my avoiding skills, chat. Wait, is he right down there? Oh, he's over there. He's sitting at perfectly distance just to make my life challenging. Okay, so lots of blocks. Let's dump them in. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Put that in there, and then pick this up, preferably. And then lots more blocks I've got to make decisions with. So I guess we should put these on the ground next. Yeah, that's what we'll do, I think. Is I'm going to put the shulker boxes down here on the ground where I am. But I need to find a way to deal with my inventory first. Inventory crisis, very normal part of doing this. Again, I think it's fun that if you don't deal with your inventory every, like, 10 minutes, you get into a lot of problems in Minecraft. I think I might get more comfortable with just dropping things regularly. I think that's something I need to start doing. I'm a hoarder in Minecraft by default. I think I need to start becoming someone who says, I don't care about anything ever. If I need it, I'll find it the moment that I need it. Because hoarding is not getting me very far. Ooh. Our country is to adopt the USD and join our regulatory framework and not for the tech company. Okay. I lost it. I hate that you just assumed to be American on the internet if you speak English. Does Ruby like Sonic too? It is funny. I feel like I feel like it probably sucks even more for even smaller countries like the New Zealands and the, you know, the South Africas of the world. You know, there's a weird. It probably sucks even more there, I guess, is my main point that I'm trying to make here. Because at least people would be like, oh yeah, you're from the UK. That's like a decent number of the people I've met on the internet. Whereas from New Zealand, it's like that made up place, and then you'd be like, from Lord of the Rings. People are like, oh yeah, I know that one movie. Real cool that you're from there. You know, I don't know. It's weird because, you know, the instinct is to be like, wow, Americans only know our place because of the internet. It's like most people from most places only know America from the internet. So it's I don't know, it's a weird thing that there is such a wide English-speaking world with not enough like cross-pollination of the peoples within it, so they don't really understand each other. You know, like Australia and New Zealand get each other well, Canada and the US get each other well, but then the rest of the English-speaking world is on like, terms with each other. It's not that they don't bother, it's because Serbia doesn't let us. I mean, I know that's like I know everyone in Kosovo has very strong opinions on Serbia. But I doubt Serbia is sitting there being like, you know what? You know what the biggest problem is, right? Is we need to stop people from Kosovo. The one thing that will make them finally come running back is if we cut off the YouTube premium, sorry, the YouTube memberships. Then they won't be able to subscribe to their favorite streamers, and they'll give up on their dreams of sovereignty. Yeah, actually, that's a funny idea. Maybe that's exactly what's happening, probably. Pounds, not dollars. Make America Great Britain again. I mean, I'm just saying, think about it. If you convert your currency from dollars to pounds, it goes up in value about 1.2 times overnight. Overnight, everyone becomes 25% wealthier. Don't you want that? You'd be a fool not to want that. It's a very, very solid movement. Very, very solid reasons. I need to put some guardrails up for this fire, by the way. So what I'm going to do to keep the fire safe, chat. Again, like OSHA requirements, very, very stringent on this sort of thing. We'll put that there, and that way my shulker box won't fall into it. It's my biggest fear is that I mine... My biggest fear is I mine one of these boxes, and it goes flying into there. I doubt it will happen. I know it won't. But that doesn't stop me from thinking like, oh, what if that goes flying? What if they go flying in the wrong way? So I've just got to be reasonable about it. And I'm going to place all the boxes down over here. Tough bricks, tough bricks. So tough bricks here, tough bricks here. And we're going to move just all of these down now. And then I'm going to put a little sign on the wall to say how many of each we have. That's something else that I think we have to do for this project. Ooh. Okay. So there is no way these bricks are fitting anywhere. Oh god, yeah, this is gonna be a nightmare to measure. Okay, let's jump up here. Let's go into this one, I think it is, and put this in there. And there we go. Okay. So, chat, we're getting close now. I'm getting really close. I've destroyed all of these blocks here. Have I destroyed all of these blocks here? Yes, I have. Have I destroyed all of these blocks? I have, but it's really messy. Actually, there's cobbled deep slate. Chat, I said the cobbled deep slate is a part of the structure. So we're moving it into the chest for that reason. As weird as that feels. I'm also going to mine some tuff while I'm here, because I need some of that to make everything look better. So yeah, the cave being here does messify things a bit. Just okay.
Congratulations. Thank you for filling the holes with appropriate blocks. Are you going to grab wall ores?
Yeah, that's...
Yes, copper beacon with copper grates for a beam.
I do like the idea of the copper beacon a lot. Gotta say that. Okay, so I'm gonna mine the diamond ore and replace them with... I'm gonna check that there's nothing more down there. I'm gonna replace this with deep slate now. Just make that a little bit nicer. Now we're gonna have to go in there and kill all the skeletons again. It's a lot of farming to do, but I'm getting keys, chat, and I value the keys. I'm not that mad with myself about it all. Go crazy. And yeah, there's a few more holes I think I've got to patch. So this ceiling is particularly messy. I don't know if that's meant to be that way, but I can make it, even if it was meant to be that way, there's no reason to keep it that way. And this one too could do with it. So we'll start here. Deep slated up. Deep slated up. And then up there is going to be the biggest and most important one. So let's go. Will you open all the vaults? Chat, we're getting close. Rishi Sunak 2024. Yeah, it's pretty widely... I want to say this sarcastically, but there's always someone who takes... Whenever I say something sarcastic, they're like, I didn't watch anything else in the stream, and I don't know your opinions, but I'm going to use this to prove that you're wrong. And for some reason, that really just hurts me. It's like, no, you need to learn. You need to know that you gotta know all of the words that someone says before you assume what it means. But I'm going to say my sarcastic thing now, and it's really fun when you have to clarify you're being sarcastic before you say it. But I think it's basically, it's a widely known fact that Rishi Sunak is winning the 2024 election. It's you know, it's a formality at this point. The fact that the votes have to be counted, everyone knows that he's winning. You know, we've already got the merch saying our favorite prime minister. You know, I'm on Team Rishi, all that stuff. It's all pre-made. You know, we're looking forward to Rishi Sunak's 2029 election. We've started to fight that one already. So we can't have you voted. Oh no, I've got to go vote. I wonder if my polling station's open. It's a my polling station is a I think it's a school. And so I feel like school usually ends at like 7 p.m. or so. I mean, in my mind. So do you think I can vote? Can I go vote again? You know, I'm really passionate about Rishi Sunak. So you know, it seems like the only fair thing to do is to commit electoral fraud in his behalf. Till 10? But is it till 10 everywhere? It can't be, because like, there were people in there at like 8 a.m. They can't, surely you can't be expecting them to stay there all day. That would be a lot. Does he respond to non-members? Says that chicken. No. I don't respond to non-members at all. Are they even people? Are people who don't give me money even... Are they even considered like, you know, are they citizens with rights? They don't get a vote, that's for sure. If you're not watching me bathe in Doritos, if you don't deserve me at my bathing in Doritos, you don't deserve me at my responding to your questions. There we go. Yeah, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. So surely there's like a shift change somewhere in the middle, or are these people just in for the longest day of their lives? Well, not of their lives, hopefully. Well, I mean, hopefully of their lives, actually. It'd be a real nice thing if that was the worst thing anyone had to go through. Be really solid. Okay, so patch in this deep slate. Go up to the top. Not a member. I have no rights. Says, oh, I can't read your name there. But someone said it. I would know their name if they were a member, but they're not, so it can't be that important. Just joined. I can't believe Toycat has these beliefs, says Sean Skeeter Sullivan. See, exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. It's always gonna be someone like that where you're like, oh no, I guess I should be treating this 3-hour live stream as if it is actually a series of 10-second videos, and every one of those 10-second videos I should not say something offensive, so I do not offend someone. Depends how many people volunteer for the day. Yeah, it's interesting. It's I'd do it, you know, if democracy wasn't the worst system of government. I would love to volunteer one day. You know, we've done the Minecraft experiments. We have the data that just shows that democracy is not good and people prefer a dictatorship. You know, it's sad, but it's the reality. Okay, so can I place another block this way? I can. I'm gonna try and get into this hole as deep as I can to kind of deal with it from there. I guess if I jump onto the spawner, that might help. No, I was crouched. I don't know why you can be crouched when you jump into the Elixir, but that was a mistake. Okay, let's go up. Let's go over. Oh, and there's another polished deep slate over there. So let's jump over, and then let's fill it from here. Yeah, I bet I could get most of it now. So we'll start on that back wall. Again, most of these will be correctly placed, and so most people won't even notice that there's a few wrong ones. There we go. Oh, remove that torch. Place another one there, I guess. Yeah, the ceiling's got a few weird patches, but it will be much less noticeable than it would be if we didn't have them. And then destroy... Oh, it's gravel holes. That's why they're so deep and long and all that stuff. So place that in there, and then place enough of these that the problem goes away. Okay, this is as far as we can get. can we place all the blocks? Yes, we can. Okay, so we're going to deliberately place these there. So we can place this on the bottom. These are just going to be sideways, and that's just an acceptable part of life. Boom! Okay, ceiling fixed. Oh, this is a weird part of the job. It really does feel like I'm a contractor who's like, yeah, I made some mistakes, but I just want to get paid, so I'm going to make sure I fix them so no one even notices. I guess that wouldn't be like a contractor. I'm like the unicorn contractor who doesn't actually exist in the real world. If I was a contractor, here's what I'd actually do. I'd say, yeah, they were definitely there when I got here. That is definitely, there's nothing you can do about that one, I'm afraid. That's geological foundations. I think Toycat would be a very corrupt politician, says someone whose name I can't read because they're not a member. Is this on Xbox? Nah. I use an Xbox controller. I've got a very colorful one right now, actually. Oh, I just realized it's got batteries in it. I need to charge those at some point. Okay, so I'm going to remove those 2 holes next. And then those 2 holes. And then everything around there could do with some replacement too. Okay, let's go up and let's do it. Let's place a big old tower all the way to the ceiling. 10 out of 10 bit makes me chuckle every time. I hate callbacks on a job. Yeah, so I agree with that, right? Like, the closest equivalent I have, it's not a fair equivalent, but I hate when I've finished a video and I'm really happy with it, and for some reason I have to spend some more time on it. Like, redo it because something didn't come across well. It's like, oh, whoa, the slime just jumped up here. That's not okay. That's a thing that he's allowed to do. So let's go all the way over here, and then let's patch this in too. So clearly, place a torch there, but then blocks here and there and everywhere. Just make these as round as possible so people know exactly what it is. And then, honestly, it's bizarre how many of these I'm finding now that I'm doing them. Like, this block right here definitely wasn't there a while ago, right? Have I just had all these imperfections and I haven't dealt with them? Chat? How can he climb? He doesn't even have arms. Mojang, we need to do a bug report right now. That clearly doesn't make any sense. Okay, so also we've got some holes in the wall here. Okay, perfectly works. Jessup Kane, because everyone has tried to have you name makes sense. This is what my brain did. IBX Toycat. IB. Yeah, I used to be Toycat, you know. Like my name used to be Toycat, so now IBX Toycat, you know. I guess I used to date Toycat. But we broke up when I said we broke up when he said that. Oh, there's the last sponge, by the way. How did I not see that? Chat. I think I'm going blind. Removing the last of these blocks is really helping me appreciate how little I was seeing for these days. Like Shenpao X Leave, IVX Toycat. Exactly, perfectly. That is the way that most people describe my name, actually. They make some reference to a Shenpao. Investment banker, exchange, Toycat. Oh, I missed the tough brick up there too. Where are all these blocks? How have I not seen them till just now? I'm glad I'm doing all these little touch-ups, these little attention to details. But yeah, it's why you should always have like contingency time when you're working on a project. Because no matter how long it takes, if you want to get it done perfectly right, there's always a little bit of time that's going to have to be taken just fixing stuff that you didn't even know was broken until you saw it like you were an end consumer. It's why tradespeople are always so critical of other tradespeople's jobs. It's because when you're just looking at something, it's easy to say, this is terrible. It's the reason why critics are so much better than search engines. But it's much harder to actually have a good idea of what to do. Okay, so this wet sponge needs to be dried out. So I'm going to go to the nether real quick. And then I'm going to place it into my chest. Whew, no one ever looks up. Makes movies better and more dramatic. Yeah, I've considered... Oh, chat, I'm being murdered. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. Don't murder me. Not a fan. Okay. So we'll pick it up. Okay. Hope that didn't burn in the fire. Just going to walk through here. Hope that there's not death waiting for me on the other side. Okay, that was so smooth. That took no time. That was the perfect dimension switch as far as I'm concerned. So, dump some stuff in here. I've got some tough, but I kind of need that tough. And And some of this and some of that should go in here too. And then I've got stone, which I think came from this structure. I'm fairly sure it did. So we'll put it in here alongside the cobble deep slate. Oh, I forgot about you. Hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Do you want to climb up a scaffolding with me and help me place some blocks? I could do with an assistant to help on that, actually. So I'm glad that I have you here. Whew. It's fun how I don't have to repeat myself in chat, because Dash is always drawing attention to my messages for me. You know, your internet must be feeling really good tonight. Yeah, Chantal is the best idea for the next election. Highest tipper determines your second vote in the UK election. Okay, chat. If I'm going to commit electoral fraud, I'm going to do it for the highest bidder. Chat, right now. Highest tipper, you get to decide who I'm voting for in this election. Go for it. No, it's weird because I feel like I would be willing to sell my vote. I'm a big believer in the fact that everyone should vote and every vote matters. But every vote matters a lot less than, you know, some amount of money. Everyone can't think that. The whole system would fall apart if we did, and we'd live in a very terrifying country. But everyone doesn't believe that. It's just me that believes that, and so it works great. It's a perfect system when only I believe what I believe. The Germany centre-left party won, but is now unpopular. The far right is second strongest. The center right is strongest. Britain will see the same voter exhaustion, says Ben. Yeah, I think that is overwhelmingly likely. The world is moving towards populism, and so as a result of that, at least that will mean that there's going to be. I know it seems as though worldwide there is with very few exceptions, there is a thing of like, you know, left-wing parties can be popular for a term, but then they kind of fracture. It's a problem in politics in general. Is like, how do you keep an entire side, especially a two-party system? How do you keep an entire side of the political spectrum on the same party together? When you're in opposition, it's great. You can be like, you know, if you're the right, you can be like, we're going to lower taxes and everything, but still keep majorly beneficial social programs that some of you guys love. You know, the socially conservative people will fight woke and will lower your taxes. And then they come into power, and it turns out fighting woke takes tax money, and balancing budgets like people want takes, you know, tax money and lowering spending. And when you lower spending, people are like, oh, I only wanted to lower government spending for other people. I love my favorite government program. And then the same is true on the left of the spectrum. It's like, people also, by the way, vote for Pedro is what we're doing now. But yeah, so like on the, it's really hard to unite a political party, and the world kind of realizes that. But I think right now in particular, it's hard for the left because, I know there's the idea of like purity testing is really common on the left. Like people going, oh, you're not really left wing. Like you'll see that a lot with any successful left wing party. Like there is no such thing as a governing left wing party that makes online left wing people happy, because you know the only time you're really left wing is if you're doing everything possible to change the world. And so right now, left coalitions fracture a lot easier than right coalitions, but right coalitions also fracture.
Vote for Pedro.
It's a problem. Hey, vote for Pedro! Okay, I'm going out. I'm going out right now, and I'm gonna go ahead, and I'm gonna. David is the #2 tipper of all time according to Streamlabs. Who wants to try and beat that? You know, those are quite some shoes to fill. Those are quite some shoes to fill. Okay, look at this chat. I've lined it up. So now there is just a single row of tough bricks standing between me and the entire mining of this structure. It's feeling pretty good, huh? Feeling pretty good. Oh yeah, it's feeling very, very good. So now we're going to finish up on our sky holes. I think these ones could really do with a fix next. Do I have the scaffolding for it? No, I need to go get some. So let's go break this. And we won't break that one because I think we need it. But I definitely have some unnecessary scaffolding hanging around. Like that. Let's go patch them in first. It's the most important thing. And so we'll treat it like it is. I voted for an armadillo named Pedro. Everyone, vote for Pedro. Share stream while Toycat goes out. Okay, let's go make this second vote count. You know, I was gunning for my man Rishi, but You know, it looks like we'll be changing. Looks like we'll be changing teams. Team Pedro. You know, I'm calling it now. The opinion polls are going to be coming in. And it's going to be crazy. We're going to have all sorts of Pedro-related fun. Okay, there we go. Lovely. So, I am going to try and get over there. I feel like I could. Okay. If I just believe in myself, I'm not believing hard enough. It's my problem. There we go. I patched in one of those holes. And that's probably as good as we're getting for right here. Now we're going to destroy the whole thing again, and then do it up there. There's so many of these holes that have to come in, but it's what we've got to do, chat. It's what we've got to do. So these... Yeah, there's so many. I think the problem with fixing some is it makes me realize where the rest are. And I'm starting to notice the weird hole parts of it. So let's do one here. I need to have some scaffolding at some point anyway, right? So let's kill... He's got so much armor on, by the way. So much. All the way down to later. Let's go through. Let's fight you fellas. Then let's put some tough in that wall. And then let's fix that corner there in particular. I think this is the ugliest corner. If we're gonna fix something, it could be this one. Okay, so deep slate, deep slate, deep slate, then switch out to tough. Fix it all perfectly. And then on this side up here, I don't have enough tough, so I have to be tactical and say it's tough through to there, but then it's deep slate, deep slate, deep slate. And then finally up there, yeah. And then up here as well. And just these small differences, let me up, no. I think these small differences will make a big effect on the end outcome. Like, it's very clear that it's a big rectangular void we've mined now, as opposed to whatever it was before. It looks very weird in a lot of places. Oh, there's candles! We've got to get the candles. Can't just be leaving candles there, chat. Speaking of candles, Jaden Ogden! I recently watched Why Minecraft is the Best Game Ever, which reminded me of another great video essay. No game shall ever be the same way by Exam Savvy. I think you'd enjoy. Very fun. Maybe I would enjoy. Maybe I should check it out. The corner looks like someone gnawed on it. Totally true. Thank you, by the way, Jaden Ogden. Love to see a friendly face on the stream. Okay, so now we're gonna put the sponge away, the spoongie, and there we go. We got 63, which is almost all of them back now. And then we're gonna put down our last tough brick shulker box, which is right here. Okay, nice. It's so close to complete now, chat. So now I'm gonna have to make some signs, I think. Okay, so I want to be very clear about this. I want to tell the world exactly. Okay, so 6. I think 12. We don't have that many signs. Okay, so we're gonna make signs, and those signs are gonna say exactly how many of each block we have inside of the trials, and then that way we can move the blocks away and not feel like they're holding the thing up. So there's some sticks in here, 5 of them to be precise. I think we need like 2 though. So, and then there's a crafting table, handily enough, just over here, I assume, wrongly. So back this way, and we're gonna make the signs now so we can fill in the information easier later. There's this real thing where you finish a project and you get this fatigue of never wanting to touch it again. So I'm making sure that I get it right. I'm making sure we do this right. So misc blocks, and then I'll have just a number of it all together. Then we'll have tough bricks, chiseled tough. Yeah, we got a lot of different things. So tough bricks, and we'd have like a certain number, but it's going to be a whole sign by itself. Polished tough, it's going to be a whole thing by itself. And then like chiseled, and then what else is there? There's chiseled slabs. You know, there's polished slabs. Like, I don't know, 11. Oh, it doesn't work if we don't. Okay, we can only do up to 9, let's just say. And then there's something else that goes on here too, but I don't actually know what it is. So we'll work out how many blocks we have and add it to this number very soon. So we've got chiseled tough bricks, and polished tough, and then okay, that's mostly it. So then for copper, it's a little bit more complicated. So we've got... We'll have a wax copper first. I guess we'll place the wax copper higher up so we can have the weird variants below it. So oxidize. Okay, we'll just write waxed, oxidized, oxidized. No, I can't paste that. It's fine. It's good. And then like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 3, whatever the number is, and then below that we'll have, I don't know what we'll have below that. Like waxed. We'll have oxidized, grates, etc., right? All the way through that. And then we're going to do the same with copper. So, waxed copper. And then, you know, whatever the number is. And then we'll have waxed copper bulbs, etc., and we'll, like, add it all together. There's also copper grates and copper slabs. So, copper grates, copper cut slabs. Okay, and then we'll do the same for this. This chest is not going to be relevant to the number of blocks. And then we add them all together. Plus, we need probably another sign here, and that's going to be how we work this out. Okay, sounds good. I think. If you could regrow fingers easily, how often do? By the way, is my video out? I hope I haven't got like a Discord DM and it's going terribly. Okay, I'm gonna quickly check on the channel chat. Just gonna make sure everything hasn't exploded. Okay, it hasn't. I'm gonna quickly send a Discord message. See if that's good. Chat, let me know if there's a slime attacking me. I wouldn't be able to hear right now. Sorry, I'm being humorous. I can hear the slime. Minus a beacon. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of the beacon soon. I think probably now even. This might be a good time for it. How's it going? So, yeah, getting rid of this beacon's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a satisfying moment for sure. There's a few torches that could do a more efficient placing. Yeah, we'll just move one, like... I'll try and move them, like, in line of each other, mostly. There's always skeletons just attacking each other. I feel like I'm always getting caught in the crossfire. Like, I don't want to be a part of your guys' gang conflict. I don't know why we insist that I must be. Please get me out of that. Thank you very much. So yeah, here's what it's looking. Okay, there's still those candles I've got to go get. I've got to deal with the candles now, chat. Not dealing with the candles is not an option. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to. Yeah, we'll just go there right now. We'll just go there and pick up some candles. While we're at it, we'll go for the ceiling too. It's in the same place roughly. So Kat, you did a good job with the destruction. Nice job. Thank you, Carter. Oh damn, I hate skeletons so much. I really should have set up auto farms for these at the very beginning. Again, there's a little bit of hindsight to this. I didn't think this would be a 19-hour project when I started. But there we go. Couple of candles. Good to go. Throw them in here. Nice. I don't know where this iron came from. Did I kill a zombie or... Not my concern, I guess. Pick this up. And then eat this. It's my last baked potato. But hopefully I won't need more. And then we'll go up to the ceiling here. Just to fill in some of these holes. We don't have to get them all, but the fewer that exist, the better it all looks, right? So, very, very adult decision here. I rarely would do this, chat, but I am patching in my holes. We live in a society, and so for me, that means fixing holes that I make for myself. Okay, we'll just place those up, actually, and then we'll go grab the rest of them from here. Actually, I think I need to place that hole in from here anyway. So let's go over here. And then we need to get over there somehow. Should I just use polished tuff and then break it? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so 1, 2. Oh, there's diamonds up there. Okay, we're going to make the problem worse so I can make it better. There we go. Just patch it all in block by block. For the most part, working great. Just place that block here. I should be able to. I don't know why I can't place there, chat. Do I just have to place it on the wrong side? Is that what's going to happen? Yep, that's fine. Oh, that's also fine. That's also fine. You know, it's gonna look worse if we make this any much better. So let's just call it a day. This side here, though, right? I'm looking at all the sides now. Let's do it. Let's fix in these holes. Just make the other holes look more intentional by not being everywhere. Holes are too broken to fix. You know, it is a common societal belief that holes are too broken to fix. But I believe that with a little love and attention, all holes can be fixed. There is no problem too great. Okay, so now I'm going to... I want to fly over there, but it's not actually going to help me if I do. So we'll get down. Then we'll break it. Take it all with me. And go up again. I'm so close to the completion of this project, chat, but I'm not destroying those last blocks. I'm not destroying them until we have all the other problems solved. It's a bold stance to take, but someone needs to do it. Place a scaffolding here. Place a torch, like, here and here. Remove this down a block. Just try to get these placements consistent. And then over here is the next goal. Actually, yeah, I guess over here is next. Let's go up. Shouldn't be so close to a chasm like this, but it's fine. Replace that with a torch there. Remove that. And start jumping up high because there's slimes. Oh, fixed ceilings in Minecraft is so repetitive. Yeah, I know, right? That's one of the reasons it's hard to do. Like, people, we seek stimulation. And sometimes it's hard to get that from very precise block placements. Can I even place that? Yeah, I can. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. From here, we can get most of them. We can almost get all of them, chat. Okay, no. I didn't get it. So close. So now we just have a few of them left, which is much better. It's a very nice place to be. And I'm going to fly over into this hole and patch it from there. Perfect. This is obviously unredeemable. Doesn't need to be redeemed. It's part of a wider whole thing. This is going to come down now. I'm actually going to be able to fix this round the corner. Again, the square boxes make more sense when they just have squarer edges to them, like they naturally would. So now, next up on the chopping block, I think is... You know, I think we could say this is over. I think making this come out more cave-like is a desirable goal. Like, it's not one that needs to be a focus or anything. I think we can finally go through and destroy the last remaining non-block blocks, chat. So it's gone. It wasn't really a part of the structure, but still. Oh, no, don't do this to me. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to grab some potatoes. How do they jump up? You don't have arms. We've already discussed this. Okay, we're just going to jump over there. Grab some baked potatoes. Whew. I have to eat those at some point. Okay, I'm gonna scan to make sure these are the last blocks now, chat. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think these are the last blocks in the trial chamber that have to go down, and then I've done it. I think we can have our little mic drop moment after that point. I'm gonna make absolutely sure that's true. Gonna remove a few scaffolds here and there to ensure it. Yeah, I think so. I'm not seeing any floating candles or tough bricks, but I didn't see them this entire time. There's powdered snow, but we're not counting that. There's a single tough brick in the single deep slate missing from the wall there. We can go fix these. They're on the ground level. Yeah, chat. I don't think there's anything left up at this point. I'm gonna go back to you. Okay, easy peasy. Grab some deep slate, put it in the hole. There's some over here I thought too, but I must have gotten it already. This is probably dumb to keep. Fill it in. Yeah, oh no, there's a copper grate. Copper grate. I forgot about the copper grate, chat. We would have gone home. We'd have said that it was completed, but we know in our heart it just was not. And that is precisely why. Ooh. So, there we go. Place some more of these. It's just a bit dark in this corner of the world, honestly. I think it's really just dark in the center away from the walls. Something I could probably fix with, like, some evenly spaced torches. One there, one there. One over here. One over there. Then we can remove these so that that square seems a bit more even, except one needs to be there, clearly. I'm gonna go to sleep. No, I'm not. Okay, so besides barrels, chests, powdered snow, you know, like, besides stuff that's staying, I think we've now destroyed it all. I think that's a reasonable thing to say. And so now I'm just going to do the last thing on my way out, which is obviously I need to destroy my beacon. I need to put it back into my ender chest. So it was lovely to have a beacon for this project. Oh, I should have used the beacon to destroy the beacon. I made an amateur mistake, chat. I made the rookie mistake. Okay, could you please stay out of my way for this one? It's fun. The trial chamber's fighting back. They're like, no, you've spent so long with us. You can't be leaving this now. Also, I think that is a block. Maybe it's not. Does the deep slate behind the copper grate count? The deep slate behind the copper grate. There's some cobbled deep slate near the entrance. Oh yeah, right. Over here, there's some cobbled deep slate. I think that counts. I think we're gonna go for it. So we're gonna have to grab some food. It's a very short amount of time for food, but we'll go get it. Trial chamber, final boss moment. It feels like that, huh? So let's grab our single cooked chicken, and that'll hopefully be enough to see us through to the end here. Okay, getting up there is going to require a firework or some of this. We'll just fly up there. You know, I feel like Taylor Swift deciding how to get to the grocery store, because I know that it'll be faster if I just fly. Okay, here we go. Mine it all. Easy peasy. Oh, yes. Done. Over. And we could grab a shield from the chest if we wanted to as well. I don't know what it's doing in there. I don't know what I would do with it if I took it. But we're good. So, now we can finally destroy my beacon. This is a key thing holding me back. Use the wind charges. You have breeze rods. Yeah, using the wind charges probably is the best way for me to get stuff off. Okay. I think we're here. I think we're here, chat. I think we're at that moment. Oh yeah. I think it's happening. I think you're about to witness trial chamber history. Because what used to be a fully functioning chamber in my world, with just a single chunk missing, is now a trial chamber with nothing. There are just vaults and trial chamber spawners, which I can later turn into something fun. I think turning those into something farmable would be good. So I think that's what we'll do. Better yet, use trial chamber blocks to make a steampunk woodland mansion. Ooh, steampunk woodland mansion. That sounds fun. Okay, so I can finally remove this. I'm going to stand between me and the skeleton so I can't get hurt. Yeah. Oh. Okay, so I've got a little bit of a full inventory. Easily solved, though. Easily solved. And these are the last blocks remaining. Oh, God. Okay, you know, spent far too long in this place. At the mercy of these fellas. But such is life, I guess. Okay. So, in goes this and that, and then all these spider eyes just to keep them off the ground. I'm going to do some cleanup. Is there any other blocks that we just don't need to have on us? Nope, everything in there is required. Let's do it, chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is the last block. Brick under the chest. There's a brick under the chest. I see bricks, I think. Minus 847. Minus 3598. Okay, minus 3598. Bricks under a chest. That's interesting. Bricks under a chest. 3958. Oh! Wow, yeah, very well hidden. Okay, thank God, chat. We almost thought we were done. We almost would have caught it over. Ouch. Okay, I'll go deal with them first. Guess if you're going to be like that about it. Although he can kind of knock me out there, so actually... You know, this system is not as well functioning as I thought it was. Oh, where are you hitting me from? Is it the same guy? Okay, I'm just going to have to fly up and get in that way. No! Ouch. Okay, you know... I feel like there's like a final boss getting in my way here. Okay, I'm just gonna climb up at the edge of this where he can't knock me off. Oh, I hate you. I hate you and everything you stand for. Do you not understand? I just have one task here. You mean nothing, skeleton. You're worthless. You're the last of your kind. The only reason you exist is because you were spawned in by my existence. For thousands of years, you were nothing, and the one thing that made you something you're gonna fire arrows at? Yeah, you think that's a good idea? Well, I'll show you what's a good idea. You're not gonna like this, I don't think. I don't think this is fun for you. Yeah, how you like that? Not a lot, I imagine. Okay, we're good. Okay, now we can grab our new potion. And some new speed. And we'll drop this on the ground. Pick up some bread. And then we can finally do it. Okay. Oh. Now we climb to the top. And you know what we find there? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we can be 100% sure. I mean, I'm saying 100%, but we've been 100% sure a couple of times. That there is one block of tuff left in this entire trial chamber. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just patch that up. Just solve that problem for good. And then you know what? While we're here, there's a tough brick over. There's a tough block. I bet I have one on me. I actually don't. I have to. I'm gonna use a deep slate there, and it's gonna be confusing, but that's fine. Any other blocks that I can just fly into while I'm going past them? Yeah, that one there, I guess. There we go. Just the little things, right? Just the little things. Okay, so now. I think it is fair to say the trial chamber has gone away. Oh, that's kind of ugly. Yeah, it's done, chat. Besides this one block. One block. Okay. Can we do it? Can we do it? Let's go. Oh, we did it! The whole structure's destroyed! It's done, chat. I have destroyed a trial chamber. Look at it. It is just chests, barrels, trial vaults, and trial spawners now. There's nothing left except my bed, which I guess will also move, actually. This is technically one of the blocks in the structures. Let's move it around. Let's make it not over there anymore, but instead right next to all the rest of this stuff. In this lovely little corner. In fact, let's deliberately make it. Oh, don't knock me into lava! No, no! I gave you one instruction. Okay, but we did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah. Oh, so cool, chat. So cool. So that is my entirety of destroying a trial chamber. It was a blast of a time, and I hope you enjoyed coming along and learning about what the process was like. However, there's one thing I want to know. I'm not going to do all the totaling up right now. I want to know how many tough bricks I ended up with. It's the largest number of blocks that I have. And so we're going to go out and find precisely that. I'm going to total up my miscellaneous blocks because it's a weird category. I'm going to total out some other stuff before I take these shulker boxes with me. But I want to know how many tough bricks do I have. And so the way I calculate that is I go up to the top here. I'm going to discount one double chest. Because I didn't use... Oh my god, I'm having a bad time at this. Okay, we'll have this come up from, like, the back. Okay, so there we go. Easy stuff. Just make a little hole through here. Would have been a lot easier. So we're going to move as many of these as we can down into this. I need to work out what I'm doing with all my other blocks as soon as I can. So got some of these on me and got some of these on me. Got to be in here instead. Okay, so then we move all of these into here. Because again, it's all going to have to come with me eventually anyway. And I want to just have one non-rounded chest. Oh, success is spicier than expected. It often can be, I find. Okay, so we'll leave that there, and we'll move these blocks here. So now let's count how many blocks are in this chest, chat. 9 times 64 is... You know, let's just work out how many stacks there is. There's 16 times 64. So I'm going to leave you chat for a second while I do this math. 16 times 64 equals 1,024 plus 11. So 1,035 plus... we've got one double chest. That's 54 stacks. We've got 2 double chests. That's 108 stacks. That's 162 stacks. That's 162 plus 54 is 216 stacks. This is 270 stacks. And then finally 324 stacks of tough bricks. 324 obviously plus a full shulker box here. 324 plus that full shulker box there. So it's 3 extra shulker boxes. So 324 plus, we'll say another 54 to add 2 of them. 324 plus 54 is 378. Plus another 27. 378 plus 27 is 405. So 405 times 64. Jesus Christ, that is so many blocks. I believe that means that we have 26,955 tough bricks plus this stack here, which makes it 27,009 plus this. 27,015 tough bricks. That is a lot of tough bricks. That is an insane number. How do I go back on this? Okay. 27,015. I'll put a little comma in there. It just feels correct to me, chat. Oh no. Whew. Okay, so now we're going to do the miscellaneous blocks. 3. Are ladders a block? I'm going to say no. No, yeah, I'm going to say yes. Flower pots are a block, fire charges aren't. We'll use that definition for this. So 3, 67, 81, 128, 129, 174, 179 plus 30 is 209, 219, 223. Do dead bushes count as a block? Sure. 231, 263, 327. 327 will work backwards now. So 327 plus 35 is 362, 368, 379, 388, 398, 415, 462, 486. 486 miscellaneous blocks. Okay, so we'll take the easiest one of these that we can work out. There's some random chisel tough mixed in with the chisel tough bricks there. That becomes complicated quickly. Maths livestream is not as good as Deathloop. You know, it's true. Americans are so self-centered, celebrating 4th of July so much in chat. We didn't see Canadians mentioning what was July 1st, Canada Day. You didn't stream that day, but that's irrelevant, of course. I didn't stream because I was celebrating Canada Day, of course. As we all should have been. So now, just for fun, these aren't actual numbers. I need to, like, remove them before I think that they are. I think we can easily work out the amount of wax copper we have. So we'll do that too. We'll move all the wax copper from here into this chest. Oh, maybe we shouldn't. Okay, this actually becomes tricky very quickly. So just move it all up so that we have a complete chest, because a complete chest means we have 54 times 64, which is a number I should know off the top of my head, but don't. There we go. Got most of them sorted. And then we'll move the rest of these to the top of here, just to make this easier to deal with. Okay, so I have... That's something else. So I have 58 times 64 plus 40. 58 times 64... 3,712 plus 40. 3,752 is the actual number, which is surprisingly close to this, right? For just me making an entire guess. 3,752. The waxed oxidized copper is a little bit harder to work out. I'm sure there's none of it in here, though, so it is a little bit easy. There are 9 times 4, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. 42 stacks times 64. 2688 plus 36. So plus 36. Plus 36. 2724. So we'll just make sure we place that down correctly. 2724. Honestly, surprisingly little given the amount of work it takes. Obviously, I destroyed so many of those. But that's only... This is only, you know, like 36,000 ingots. So it's not that insane, right? Now we'll move the cut copper slabs. I think I got exactly 30 of those. So that's nice and easy. Add that to the list. Cut copper is nice and easy, I assume. I got 16 cut copper? Well, that's certainly nice and easy. Copper grates. I got so many copper grates. More than I know how to count, to be honest. Oh, I got loads of chiseled too. That has to be counted somewhere. So chiseled, a little bit messy, but we got 44 chiseled plus 64. That's really easy. That's 108. Chiseled 108. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? I broke it all, chat. How did I break it all? The sign's broken now. I don't know how to fix that. No, chat. Have you ever done this? Why did it overflow? Why is the sign broken? Okay, 16, 30, 108. I'm just gonna remember. I'm gonna place those back. So, cut slabs. 16, cut copper. 30, copper grates. Oh wait, chiseled. Chiseled 108. And then at the very top, grates. Copper grates. I can't type it correctly. I have to do like that. It's gonna be like 400 and something, I don't know. 400. Okay, so how many is it? Now that I've written it down, I'm committing to finding out. 6 times 64 is 300 and... You know, I'll just work it out. 6 times 64 is 384 plus 26, 410. Very close. There we go. Actually, have I said that I wouldn't do it all, chat, but I just keep doing it. This is a problem. Someone needs to stop me. I've got plans for 5 minutes time. I'm sitting here working away at all the numbers in a Minecraft style spreadsheet. Okay, so let's do chisel. I've done most of the blocks. I haven't done the copper bulbs. That's easy though, right? Like, it's like 109 plus 1, 110. So 110 copper bulbs. Easy. So yeah, this is almost more or less in descending order too. I didn't even plan to do it that way. I should have planned to do it that way, but I didn't. So yeah, there's a lot more to sort out here. And then I've got to take it all home with me. But isn't that exciting, chat? Isn't that exciting? I think this is exciting. New objective, unwax every block. Terrible objective, Naito. Terrible objective. This has been my series of destroying an entire trial chamber, and now it's gone. My life is empty. But if you want to see my empty life, come along tomorrow for a live stream where I'll be showing you precisely that. Have a very lovely rest of your day, because I'll see you in the next one. Okay. Goodbye. Good night. Good evening. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good day. Good night. And check out the video